Yo, try. You outside or something? Yo, try.
What up?
You outside?
No, I'm inside.
Oh yeah, I hear this big like wind gust. It's
Oh,
like
that's the ocean. That's
yeah,
AC.
it's all good. All right. What's good, yo? Welcome to the Speak Ya Clout Podcast. I'm your host, Mike Sis. Along with my co-host, Tribal Gigolo. How you doing today, son? Good?
Chilling, man. What's good with you?
Hell yeah. I was just chilling, man. Just on IG. I got a message from my nigga Try.
Yeah.
He said we should pay tribute to the greatest, one of the greatest artists of all time. Some people say the greatest artist of all time. I'm not gonna even deny that.
Right.
I'm talking about the one and only King of Pop, Michael Jackson. Birthday tribute today. We're breaking down his discography. For me, it will be from a certain point. I don't know if Try knows more. He probably knows more albums than me. All I know is from Off the Wall,
Right.
up to like I know Invincible too because I
Oh
listened
yeah.
to that recently.
I know the same as you. The same as you.
Yeah, so we'll do that. And
Yes.
like we always get started. Like we always get started. What was your first introduction to the King of Pop, Michael Jackson?
My first introduction was the Beat It video. Then was it 1983, 84? And seeing that on TV for the first time, and being like 4 or 5 years old, being able to comprehend what a video was and what music was, and that to me was like my introduction to music and my introduction to Michael, and it was like nothing I ever saw before. Like Beat It, the video itself told a story. It was climactic. It had little, the drama. You had your dancing. The fashion. That at that time, like everything all in one video. And by that time, MTV was a real big music channel, and they wasn't playing black music, black videos. And Michael broke those barriers down for everybody to get in the door. And when the Thriller album came out, and that was my era. So that was definitely my introduction to music.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. Same here, man. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? I didn't discover Michael. Some of my first memories in life is with Michael, though.
Right.
Like my first memory in life, period, is when
Hmm.
Macho Man Randy Savage Hulk Hogan with the WWF title, like in
Yes.
'89. You know
Right.
what I mean? And after that, it's like the Way You Make Me Feel video
Right.
off the Bad record. I remember that as really young, really young. I remember
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But I didn't really start. I didn't start getting into music in '95.
Uh-huh.
Before that, like '94, I had like the Michael Jackson. It's like greatest hits comp that my brother's boyfriend made me at the time.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? He put everything on there. I
Right.
was never close with that nigga. Still,
Right.
like he's my brother's father and shit. But he did
Mm.
me that. And I appreciated that because he had everything on there. Like the nigga had
Mm.
from like off the wall to like
Right.
dangerous at that time. He had everything on there, and I would play that mixed cassette
Right.
ever. I remember the cassette too. It was like a Memorex,
Yeah.
but it was like those pink and yellow joints. I don't know if you
Yeah.
remember those, man. It was
Yeah.
like
I very,
yeah,
very vividly remember that.
yeah, man. It was those, and I played it on my Walkman so much.
Right.
And then by 1995, I graduated getting the cassettes.
Right.
You know, I got the Off the Wall, Thriller, Bad, Dangerous, all on cassette around that time.
Right.
And big MJ fan. I'm a Prince guy too. I
Yes.
prefer Prince over MJ, but
Right.
not by much because they're both my gods. Like
Right.
my favorite artist, period. That's not hip hop or metal or whatever. But
Yeah.
man, since then I've been a diehard MJ fan since.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we get into the albums, man.
Yeah.
We want to start off the wall. That's all I know. I don't know if
Yes.
you anything before that or
Me also.
yeah, I don't know either. So
That
yeah,
was like my intro was Thriller and everything else, and then I went back and listened to Off the Wall. But as far as like the Jackson 5 stuff, I don't know too much of that stuff.
yeah. Check out Triumph and Destiny, man. Oh my God,
I check that.
that's when I think Mike started becoming dope. You know what I mean? I'm not a fan of
Right.
I respect the contribution, of course, man. The
Yes.
shit they did on Motown and stuff, but
Right.
I wasn't a fan until I heard well, I heard Mike's solo stuff first, but I would
Right.
say until when he got good for me anyway is Destiny and Triumph records,
Yeah.
But
That
yeah,
the only Jackson 5 album I listened to was Victory because that came out during the 80s, and they
with
had
State of
went back.
shit,
Huh?
with State of Shock and all that shit.
Yeah, State of Shock with Mick Jagger. That was I believe that was the first single, and he had
Yeah,
Marlon Jackson had Body, but Body, if you listen to Body, that's really a Michael Jackson song. He just gave it to his brother like, yo, here, take this and run
yeah,
with it.
Sean Mullen.
Yeah, and yeah, basically, and, yeah. So they had regrouped at that time when they went on this big tour sponsored by Pepsi, and I believe it's like 84, 85, something like that. And that's the only Jackson 5 album that I know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
all right. So Michael, he signed to Epic Records.
right.
Little after the Destiny album, and he releases uh, Jesus Christ, one of my favorite albums from him, man. Definitely in my top two, I would say. Off the Wall, man.
Yeah,
79. Amazing, amazing album. Got a disco feel to it. I fucking hate disco,
yeah,
but a good disco. Okay, mixed with funk and R&B and all that shit.
yeah,
You know, don't stop till you get enough. Everybody knows that.
yes,
Mike's on his groaning sexy shit. The nigga
yeah,
got the motherfucking tux on in the video.
right,
Uh, love that song. That get people fucking dancing. Um, big staple in my household. When I
right,
live with my family in the night, they played it all the time at the cookouts and shit like that. Like I mentioned on the Elite episode, it's the same shit here, man.
yeah,
You know, uh, Rock with You. Oh my god, I fucking love that song.
love that,
Never gets old for me, man. And I love the video. He got some sparkly space shit on.
right,
Love that, man. Love
yeah,
that. Uh, so I say my favorite song on this whole album
um,
is Get on the Floor. Get on the
okay,
Floor. Love
yeah,
that. Love that.
right,
Um, She's Out of My Life. Beautiful song.
yes,
Um, love that. Quincy and Michael did that thing on this album.
that's right,
That was a match made in heaven right there.
right,
I can't help it. Oh my god, I love that too.
yeah,
Every song on here, I like Girlfriend, written by
yeah,
Paul McCartney. Love that. Big Beatles fan. Love that. It's an excellent, excellent album. The title track, Off the Wall.
definitely,
That's a fucking masterpiece. And Mike was what, 19, 7, no, 17, 8, somewhere around there. I can't remember his age. He was a teenager. And this nigga used to be at like Studio 54 and shit. And
right,
that was a crazy nightclub in New York, man. Niggas doing blow, all kind of shit.
right, hell
And
yeah,
Mike was there with them niggas, partying and shit. It's footage. I have two copies of Off the Wall, but the one I prefer is the 2016 pressing. It comes with the amazing directed DVD by Spike Lee,
right,
documentary about the album, and it shows Mike at Studio 54 and all that shit,
right.
and they break down every single song. They review every single song. It's fantastic. But yeah, man, Off the Wall, man, 5 out of 5 mics for me, giving it the sauce rating. Love the shit. What's your thoughts on Off the Wall, Try?
Definitely a classic album for its time. At like towards like the end of the disco era and the end of the '70s, and like for to be that young and to be a teenager and coming from a worldwide like the Jackson Five, I'm pretty sure he felt the pressure of like doing everything, being on stage without your five brothers with you, and it was a great album. I know like a lot of people feel like it's a classic for that over Thriller. You know, I remember those songs like growing up, like listening to like Rock with You and know Get Enough and I Can't Help It and like so like that song right that even that song has been sampled so many times by people. You know,
Yeah,
and Working Day and Night and all of those songs was it describes like that whole disco era, for that time, and he did a wonderful job, doing production. I think it was great, I remember listening to like the special edition version of the album, and like they had like like different versions for like some songs on there. Like I know there was like a version for I think it's Don't Stop Till You Get Enough with Janet. Janet was actually playing like the percussion in the background or something like that.
Oh, never heard about that. Oh shit.
Yeah. Well, Quincy Jones talked about it. Like if we have like the special edition CD, like it's like the version where like she's playing in the background, but they never put that on the final album. And
That's crazy.
yeah, and that whole and then even like the whole fashion sense, like he had like the tuxedo on and the album cover is such an iconic album cover. And when you get like the Rock With You video, he had like the sequins on, and that was basically like his early stages of what we label as the sequin glove and all that. And he had his own swag, you know what I'm saying? And there was nobody like him back then. And this is like late '70s. There was nobody like him back then, and
Fact.
I love that album. Like every time I listen to that album, it takes me back. I wasn't around during the disco era, but it always takes me back to like that time, like that whole feeling, that nostalgia of the '70s. It's all captured in one album, you know. And yeah, like that was a great album, definitely.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. Love it, man. A lot of people say that's his best album. I wouldn't argue with that either because I love that album. It's
Right.
a perfect album for me, top to bottom.
Yeah.
And, Mike just comes out of nowhere, next too, with the most known album of all time. I don't know if this is still the highest selling album. I don't know if anyone beat that. I'm not sure. But at one point it was shit went. I don't know how many times Diamond this
I
shit went.
think Garth Brooks beat it, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh God,
If I don't want to. I'm not sure. I think Garth Brooks had beat that album.
yeah.
You know.
But Jesus Christ, is this big man? This is
Yeah.
fucking huge. This is Michael
Right.
Jackson with
Right.
Thriller. Oh my God. My favorite Michael Jackson song appears on here of
Right.
all time. I never get sick of it. Ever get sick. I can listen to it as many times as I want. I'm talking about Human Nature, man. Just a beautiful, beautiful song.
Right.
Incredible ballad, sung very well by Mike. Love it. Quincy
Yeah.
and Mike did a thing on here again. Uh, you know, Beat It. Love Beat It. The video's iconic.
Yeah.
Billie Jean, everyone knows that. These are like the most known tracks of his career. You know what I
Right.
mean? But even the fucking the tracks that are not really mentioned, the deeper tracks in the record, like "Baby Be Mine,"
Right.
love that, love
Yeah.
that song. Um, you know, PYT for the Young Thing. That's oh my god. My uncle had the 45 disc. I'll never forget it. And on the
Uh-huh.
back, I think it was like the live version of Working Day and Night.
Right.
You know, and he would play PYT for me because I would say, "Play it again, play it again, play it again," and he kept
Right.
playing that shit for me, man. I remember that. I was a little kid,
Right.
love that shit. Uh, the Lady in My Life, close out the
Mhm.
album, beautiful song.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. The Girl Is Mine from McConaughey, love that too. The 9-track album is just perfection.
Yeah.
Uh, this is how you make an album, Iconic album cover,
Definitely.
like on some smooth shit.
Yeah.
Um, Fantastic, man. Fantastic. Nothing bad I can say about it. Everyone knows Thriller. You don't know Thriller, run headfirst to a brick wall because it's it's known by everybody, man. It's a
Right.
classic, man. It's the blueprint of music, as I call it.
Right.
Period. I love Thriller. I can go on and on about it, but
Mhm.
that's my thought. My favorite Michael Jackson album.
Yeah.
It's a toss up between this and the next one. We'll get to that though. So, what's your thoughts on this iconic album, Trevor?
This is definitely my favorite album of all time and of any genre, like whether it's rap or R&B, reggae, whatever. I
Dope.
always album. This album, like being a little kid and growing up in that era, when he was becoming a real like record star, and that was my favorite album to listen to. Like it would be this and Purple Rain. You know what I'm saying? And I played this album like every day, and it was like something I never seen before. Like the way this and this fashion sense and the way that he sung the songs, everything. was like watching him play. Like he was like nobody else. And I used to want to be like Michael. I remember like, you know, trying to do the moonwalk and still can't do it, and trying to dance like Michael and trying to dress like Michael and wanting to have Jerry curls like Michael and like everything that Michael did, I wanted to do.
That's
And
dope.
and I remember being in kindergarten. Um, there was that we used to play a game every Friday called musical chairs, and my teacher, she used to always play like different hits of the 80s at that time, like whether it was Prince or Cyndi Lauper or Michael. And I used to always run up to her and tell her like, yo, like play Michael Jackson album, play Thriller. That's my favorite album. I want to hear like all the songs that we can play musical chairs to, and and I was like a diehard Michael fan. Like I had everything. I had like Michael Jackson books, and I had like the big dog came out. I had that, and buttons, everything like that. But the only thing I could never find was like the jacket. I could never get the jacket. You know what I'm saying? But that was always sold out. But I wanted everything that it was Michael. So I was a big Michael head, and like listening to the album and know people having another suit and he's walking up. It's like every step he's taking, it's like it blows. You know what I'm saying? And walking up the stairs to the apartment, and
Yeah,
nobody there but him. And then he lays in the bed, and then he disappears. Then you know what I mean? Like I love that video. Um, the Beat It video is like I said, like a classic video, a groundbreaking video for music. He changed a lot for MTV and that whole like era, and for a lot of artists, their video played on TV, and you know Thriller. I remember when that actually came out. That was like a Friday night. There used to be a video show called Friday Night Videos on NBC back in the 80s, and it used to come on like I think like 11:30, 12 o'clock, and they premiered the video. It was a thunderstorm that night, and me and my cousin used to like spend time with our grandparents, and then like I would go to my mom's house or whatever. Like after she come off of work, when she
yeah,
came over to us up, and we was going to her house, we turned on the TV, and I remember when they put the video, and like the minute that I saw Thriller, the minute that Michael turned into that wolf, like I didn't even see the whole thing. Like I ran underneath my kitchen table because it was that terrifying. Like I never seen no shit like that in my life. You know what I'm saying? And like to be like 4 or 5 years old and to see something that terrifying, that shit scared the hell out of me. Like I couldn't watch Thriller for many years. I don't think I watched it till I was like maybe 12. You know what I'm saying? And I always remember that time when my cousin got so scared when we saw him transform into a werewolf. We ran underneath the table, and it was like thunderstorms outside. And it was real creepy. And even going into like the biggest, my mom bought it on video on VHS back then. Even going with her to the video store to get it. I remember the video store had um poster for it, like like because back it had the poster had like him posing with the zombie.
yeah,
Like just seeing that on outside of the video store, like that shit creeped me out. And I couldn't watch that video all the time. Even like listening to the song, like him and Vincent Price on it, the late Vincent Price. At the end of the song, it was real creepy. His voice in the song, and the melodies was real creepy and spooky. You know what I'm saying? It was definitely like a Halloween song.
yeah,
And um and this was just a video, like what I mean, like this video was terrifying. It wasn't even like it felt like a real horror movie, but it was like a video, and that shit was like so terrifying for me. And I always remember that, and you know pretty PYT, and all of those songs were so classic, and to have like an album with just 9 songs on it. Same thing for Purple Rain, to have 9 songs on it, and it was such a classic album and such an iconic album. It's my favorite album of all time. Like no matter what comes out, you know, forever. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just like that like without that, I feel like without Michael, I feel like Michael was music to me, and I feel like when he passed, it was like a big void that will never be filled. Thrill is an iconic album. It's like you gotta have that. For any music level, for any like music collector, you gotta have that in your collection. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
I remember when it came out on vinyl, my mom was we was getting the apartment like repainted, and we had the vinyl sitting there with the other vinyl, and unfortunately like it got picked up, so my mom went out and bought another copy of it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? 'Cause that was like, I was like, yo, I gotta have Thriller. I gotta be playing Thriller. Like, I can't. You know what I mean? Like without Thriller, it's like I don't want anything else. You know what I mean? And yeah, she went out and she bought another copy of that for me. I still got it. I still got both of those copies too, actually. And
Awesome.
yeah, man, and it's just that's just music for me, man. Like I don't it's only like so much you can say about an iconic album like that. Like I could talk about that album for like the rest of the night. You know what I'm saying? But
Oh yeah, man. We'll go back to it too. We can talk
yeah,
about it how long we want.
yeah, like just like picture it like when people think of the '80s. That is truly the main part of '80s culture is that Thriller album and all the videos that came from that album and the fashion, his whole fashion sense. Like he could wear like a sequin jacket and sequin socks with a matching glove, or wear like some army the next minute. Like he was way ahead of his time when it came to everything. Like whether it came to music or fashion or like just the visual, he was way ahead of his time. You know what I'm saying? And I don't feel like nobody will match that. You know what I mean?
No
And
match
that,
that.
that's what I think about when I think about the '80s and that era. I always think about Michael and Thriller album. You know what I'm saying? That's a classic album.
Classic, man.
Yeah.
I want to touch on the Thriller video too. Like that would creep me the fuck out as a kid too.
Yes. Yes.
Michael's walking with that sexy ass bitch, the red high heels on,
Oh yeah.
and he's rocking the Letterman jacket and shit. They're watching the movie in the theater, and boom,
Yeah.
turn to the wolf and shit. That creeped me. Even son, even as a grown man, I'm like, oh shit, you know, like I'm not scared, but I'm just
And,
like
and
whoa,
I know it's crazy. You know it's crazy. It had both horror elements of like my favorite type of horror movies, because I love zombie films and I love werewolf films, and it had
yeah,
both of those elements all in one film, and I felt like the way he did it was so brilliant, and
yeah.
it was like I don't ever think nobody could do some shit like that again. Like
When that
Michael,
go away, remember
everything,
that? Oh shit,
huh?
when he said go away.
Yeah, you know what I mean. At that point, I had already ran underneath the kitchen table. You know what I'm saying? I could have watched I could have watched it over. Like that was
Yeah.
as soon as I saw the yellow eyes, I'm like, oh, that's it, I'm done. You know,
Uh,
and it's like just watching that, even watching that like all the time. You remember, where you were when you saw it for the first time, and you always look back on memories.
oh yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
man, great video.
Very iconic video, man. I remember that scene at the first time, and
Yes,
though I was scared, I still love that I watched it a lot. That's engraved in my head. You know
right,
what I mean? And
right,
Thriller's iconic. Thriller is iconic, as I said before. Nine
right.
tracks, amazing, amazing shit. I cannot talk about that album enough. To me, it's the most known album in history of mankind. Everybody knows about Thriller. It's fucking fantastic. 5 out of 5 mics again. And Mike
Right.
got a flawless discography so far. And
Yeah.
then I don't think did he. I don't think he toured on Thriller. Did he? He went on the Victory tour
Yeah.
instead, right?
He took. I believe he toured for Thriller also. Like
Yeah, the
for every
Victory tour
album
is
he
fire.
did a tour for it. For just about for every album he did a tour for it. Like a major tour.
I don't know the city it was in,
Uh-huh.
but he performed Human Nature on the Victory tour, and oh my
Right.
god, he killed that
Yeah.
shit.
Yep.
One of my favorite Human Nature performances, along with the one I'm going to mention next.
Right.
So 1987, Michael comes out with Bad. Man, this might be one of my either Thriller or this is my favorite, yo. Straight like
Right.
that. Absolutely adore this album. You get the title track Bad. Michael just saying he ain't messing around and
Right.
talking shit to niggas. I love that track. It's amazing. Um, the way it make me feel, I can never get enough of that shit.
Right.
That shit is dope as fuck, and the video I adore. So good. Love that, man. Love that.
Yeah.
My favorite track on here, there was Librarian Girl, man. Fucking never can get enough of that. I love
Yeah.
Librarian Girl, man. That shit is smooth. That's that cruising on the highway, the wind blowing through your hair. You got a bad bitch on the passenger side, man. That's that feel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That nighttime cruise, man. Love it. Um, Just Good Friends with Stevie Wonder. Fucking love that. I think I seen a review, a documentary where they said that's one of the weakest songs. Get the fuck out of here. I
Wow.
love that track, Stevie, man. It's amazing. Another part of me, love that.
Mhm.
Man in the Mirror, so beautiful and powerful. That can reduce a nigga to tears, man. That's some deep shit. Um, I just can't stop loving you, which I love that song. Love that song. Great love song. Um, Dirty Diana, probably my second favorite track on the album. Love that shit.
Right.
Smooth Criminal, very dope. Everyone knows that. That video was fire. Nigga do
Yeah.
that lean shit. Oh man, that shit was incredible.
They still
Um,
how you did that shit.
Say it again.
I said they still trying to figure out how you did the whole lean thing.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. Leave me alone. Love that video. To the videos, insane.
Mhm.
Yeah, another 5 out of 5. I love every single track on here, man.
Yeah.
That is amazing. And I was too young, of course. I was what 2 or 3, but I remember a couple of months ago actually, I went on YouTube and they showed people getting that shit in the store, man. You know
Oh
what I
wow.
mean? Like it was on the motherfucking news.
Uh,
And some people was like, "Do you like the new album?" They're like, "Yeah." And like Michael's the greatest. And show niggas buying the vinyl and cassettes,
right.
CDs and shit. And then someone's like, the news reporter was like, "It seems like Michael got a gentle look. He seems more girly or something." I was like, "Wow,
Oh
he really?"
God.
I don't know
Wow.
if he bleached his skin. I don't have vitiligo or no, but he looks
Yeah.
kind of dark. He looks the same color to me. I think his hair just changed or she looked different though, definitely. But this is the start of it. But
Yeah.
that's neither here or there. This the album is just incredible. I love Bad. I love the Bad tour. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
Thing that one of my favorite shows ever.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, man. Bad 5 out of 5 for me. Love this album. Your thoughts on Bad, Try?
Classic album again. Like Michael got better with every album. You know what I'm saying? And like he did look a little bit different because I remember when I used to buy like the Right On and Word Up magazines back in the day, the early hip hop publications, and
Yeah,
they would have posters of him in there. He did like his skin was like he was light and his nose was like a little bit different. You know, even the hair, but I know he got burned. He got burned on on the pressure court like at that time. His hair
yeah,
got caught on fire. That was like the reason why his hair was different or whatever, and he looked a little bit different, but that never bothered me. With Michael at the base, he could have been green. I still would have listened to him. You
same.
know, and that I remember when the Bad video came out. I was at like I had went on my grandmother back then where like we went to like one of her friends' houses. I fell asleep like 2 hours. And I woke up like the video premiered on TV because Mike back then he had videos premiering like on network TV. It wasn't like on cable. It was like on channel like CBS and Fox. It was like premiere
I
videos.
remember that.
You know, yeah.
Dangerous.
right. The black or white, right? They premiered that. I think that they premiered that before the Simpsons or after the Simpsons.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah, because the Simpsons was on at that time. Like they were still new. Um, he did that regularly. Like he had videos being premiered on network TV, and they premiered the bad video on network TV, and it was black and white. It was different. He looked more meaner. You know, Wesley Snipes at that time, we didn't know who he was, and he was in the video. And the whole story with that is he asked Prince originally to be a part of the video, and declined because he didn't like the part in the bad song where he says your butt is mine, and that's what started the whole little beef between Michael and Prince. So Wesley Snipes they replaced him with Wesley Snipes or whatever. They did that video in New York. I forgot the train station they did it at, but that was done here, and I loved it. I loved it. It was different, you know. Like nothing I had heard before. You know, even the album cover, like we like wearing like the all plaid, the different chains and the bangles and shit. It was, he looked more like it looked like a more street edge for Mike.
Yeah.
The songs were great. The way you make me feel, great love song, and I just can't stop loving you with Sahito Garrett. That song. Um, The Smooth Criminal, of course. And when Smooth Criminal came out, he came out with another like long form video. It was called Moonwalker. And I
Yes.
remember my grandmother had went to Jamaica. She went to Jamaica with one of my aunts, and while she was down there, I remember like she had called us. She asked me what I wanted, and I told her like Moonwalker just came out on VHS and I wanted Moonwalker. So she got that for me and she bought Arnold Schwarzenegger Commando on VHS. And I couldn't wait to open it, and when she brought back home and I saw the Moonwalker home video out, it was like crazy. I felt like it was better than the Thriller videos. Like he had like videos for like every song on the album for Speed Demon or Criminal with the long form video had Joe Pesci in it. That was the first time I saw Joe Pesci.
Word.
He played the criminal in it. I forgot what was his name in the video, but yeah, he had a video for Leave Me Alone. I love that song. Taking shots at that paparazzi that was talking crap about him. Um, he had a video for like every song on the album. It was just a great album. Man in the Mirror, definitely like a song that I wanted to hear at that time. I still think we need a song like that now. And
Yeah.
Michael was just a caring person, and he talked about the hunger in Somalia, and back when the artists used to do like festivals and concerts like Live Aid for the kids, and it was great, and he did We Are the World, other like um just helping the world out and helping kids out, and that's the type of person he was. Our whole album was iconic, and I still play it now. It's been a couple years, but I remember every song on there. You know, he was just different. Like every album was different from the last. Off the Wall don't sound like Thriller. Thriller don't sound like Bad. Bad don't sound like Dangerous or none of the other albums. And I
Yeah.
always liked about him because he was always hitting you with the next shit, and it's like when he came out, everybody else followed suit. And yeah, man, like the production was great. The songs, like everything about it was great, and I don't have nothing bad to say about it.
Oh yeah, I love that, man. Love that.
So,
That's when Michael was just on top of the fucking world. He already was in Thriller, but own that shit this time
they
around.
were wondering after Thriller, it's like, okay, what he gonna do next now? How you gonna top Thriller? And he did.
Yeah, man. Definitely.
Yeah.
Uh, then he toured a lot for Bad.
Yes.
Then we get to 1991. Another fucking masterpiece as far as I'm concerned. Dangerous. You know,
Mm.
left Quincy instead of fucking
Yeah.
with Teddy Riley. Shit, love this album. Love this album. Uh, favorite track on the album would probably be shit. If I had to pick a favorite track, it's a huge toss up between "In the
Uh-huh.
Closet"
Yes.
or what's that track? Give me this track listing. Where's it at? Here we go. Okay. Where's it? No, 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 not that one. Not that one. Teddy Riley did the beat to that too. The other track, I can't remember right now. I hear Dangerous in the.
Remember the time? Is that what you talking about?
No, I never remember the time.
Jam?
Oh, what the fuck is it? He's just like this, like traffic beeping noises and shit in it. It's, what the fuck's the name of that shit?
It's not. It's not jam.
Nah, it's like kind of a sexual song, man. Jam's the
Uh.
first drum with Heavy D in it. Shit. I
Uh.
forgot. That was, who was it? Yo, give
Um.
it to me like the rock one. That shit's fire too. Like that got some
um,
guitars in it.
I can't
That's
let. Not that one.
not that. Uh, what is it? I don't know. Fuck it. I don't know, man. I know it's on here
You're
though.
gonna make me, you're gonna make me get like find an album right now so I can see.
Yeah, man. I want to know that shit. You know? It's like down, down, down. Oh, I forgot, man. But yeah, man. Yeah, once we figure out that song, we'll talk about it. But yeah, Give In to Me. I love that song. Michael kills that. Black or White, huge, huge. Everybody knows that. The end of the video be cracking me the fuck up.
Right.
Um, Soon, real sweet, sad song. He could dedicate
Yeah.
that shit to some kid that passed away.
Yeah.
Dangerous title track, love it. Um, Remember the Time, amazing video, a lot of cameos in there. Drowsing Wild is a great song. Um, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna quickly
Uh-huh.
go through those tracks, like preview them on Spotify or something, because I need to know.
Okay. It's gonna
I need,
bother you if you don't, so you need to know.
yeah, I need to know.
Yeah.
Mind you, guys, I ain't bumped this in years.
Right.
Listen to too much music to
Yeah.
bump it in a long time. One second. But yeah, man, Dangerous is just incredible. Love that album.
Yes.
We'll get to that. I'm gonna get to that right now and see it. Let's see.
You're not talking about In the Closet?
No, no. I know
It's
there's
not
another
that.
track coming out. No, it's not that.
So it's another song you're talking about.
Another song, yeah. Found it. Drives Me Wild.
Oh, okay. I don't know that. I don't
Yeah.
remember that one. Drive Me Wild.
Yeah, she drives me wild. Yep, she drives me
Okay.
wild.
Okay. I gotta hear that again. I don't remember that one.
Yeah, that's fire. Hell
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, man. Perfect album. Again, you know,
Yes. Yes.
love every song on it. I'm not gonna lie.
Uh,
I don't get burnt out on Michael songs. I just don't.
right.
Whether it's Thriller or what, it just never bothers me. But
Yeah. Neither.
what kind of like, oh God, you know, because I hear that so much coming up.
Yeah.
You know, the video makes me laugh at the end. It's just funny as hell.
Right.
Um, yeah, man, great album, man. I would give this a 5 out of 5 again. I just
Yeah.
love this album so much.
Yes.
What's your thoughts on Dangerous? And oh yeah, one before you start, I remember like Jam premiering and remember the time premiering and
Yes.
we used to record the videos. We used to watch that all the time. Remember the time and all that, man. I remember the shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on Dangerous?
I used to record when the Simpsons first aired. I used to record like the Simpsons episodes, like the early years. I love the Simpsons in the early years, not like how it is now. But um, yeah, they Fox premiered black and white video on I think on a Sunday. It was on a Sunday or a Thursday. I know the Simpsons used to come on originally, I think on Thursday night. Then it moved to Sunday. So
Yeah.
it had premiered. I know it premiered like during the Simpsons during the Simpsons episodes and it was real controversial because like the long form video, he was on the car like uh gyrating and all that and I remember like we talked about that in school actually like people felt like it was controversial and it wasn't a video for kids to be looking at because he was doing sexual gyrations and movements and shit with his hand and it was a big thing on the news and he got a lot of flack for that, but that didn't stop me from video and seeing Mike that black and white video. That was like the first time like you seen like that whole morphing thing going on. Like at the end of the video with the different people morphing into the next person, like black,
Yes.
white, and brown and Asian and Latin, and Mike was all for he was for all people. Like it wasn't just black people that loved him. Like white people, like everybody embraced him because that's who he was to us. He was like a universal figure. You know what I'm saying? And he was for everybody. And the video was an iconic video. And I love the whole rock element with Slash from Guns N' Roses playing on the song. And you know, when the album came out, I want to say it came out like around right, like 90. I
91,
remember
yep.
I remember going to the for Thanksgiving. I remember we had like some cousins coming up for Thanksgiving. And we had went to the record store and we went to the Wiz. And we went to the Wiz. It was like a long ass line. Everybody was buying stuff for like the holidays. And I remember the house party had came out at that time, and the soundtrack was out, and I picked up the Dangerous album. And I picked up the House Party 2 soundtrack, and I was like, yo, like I didn't know which one to buy. And I've done this shit before. And I'm like, yo, I went off the line. I put down the mic. I had the House Party 2 soundtrack in my hand. I went back on. I went on the line. Then I was like, nah, I can't watch. I gotta buy a mic. I went off the line again, picked up the Dangerous album, and I was on the line, and I ended up buying that one. And the whole album was great. Like Teddy Riley just had like um, made his name with the whole sound, and he gave Mike that for this album, and I loved every song on it. Jam with the video with Chris Cross and Heavy D. And, Michael Jordan being in that. The first time I see Michael Jordan in a music video before, he couldn't dance for shit.
Yep.
And Mike was teaching him how to dance, and then Mike couldn't shoot, so Jordan was teaching him how to, and that was great to see. It looked like they had a lot of fun on the video set, and like weird to look at that video now because like now it's like he's not here and Daddy from Chris Cross is not here and Mike ain't here. It's like real eerie to see that video now, man. And in the closet video with Naomi Campbell, and that's back when she was fine as hell. And I love that video, and of course, remember the time they made that on TV, and blown away by the special effects, and having Eddie Murphy in there, and Magic Johnson, and Naomi Campbell again, and a lot of people part of that video. And watching Mike like the dancing moves for that video was like so great. Like he was dancing, and him turning into like the dust at the end of the video, and I
Yeah, man.
loved it. I love that song. That's probably like my favorite song off of the album because it's like a real nice love song, And uh, the Dangerous title track that was like another favorite of mine, and I think he should have did a video for that, but he never did.
Yeah.
Just that whole album, Heal the World and Gone Too Soon, like very iconic and important like songs this man contributed to the world, and so it was like another great album for me, and I don't feel like this album gets talked about a lot. Like I mean, everybody talks about Thriller and Off the Wall and Bad, but for some reason they overlook this album. I don't know why that is. You know,
Yeah.
felt like even without Quincy Jones on it, Teddy Riley was a great replacement for him, and he did his. I think this is some of Teddy Riley's like best production as far as like R&B. Because
Yeah.
Teddy was versatile, like in the same vein as how Timbaland and Pharrell is now. that's what Teddy Riley was back then. Like he was very versatile in the artists that he worked with, whether it was rap or R&B or rock or whatever. And I feel like this was like some of his best work. Like to do a whole album for Michael Jackson, and I could like imagine the type of pressure he had on himself, like to come through. Like you gotta produce some hits for Mike or else. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
this could have like really make or break his career at that time. And he really stepped up and he gave him some of the finest shit ever. You know what I mean? And definitely, I still play this album to this day. It's one of my favorites. I feel like it definitely needs to be mentioned more. I feel like a lot of people feel like I feel like it's an underrated album. I don't know why that is, but
mm-hmm.
yeah, a great classic album for me. I consider it a classic. You know what I'm saying?
So do I.
And yeah, definitely needs to be shined on.
Word, word, word. All right. Yeah, Dangerous is great to me. I love that shit, man. Just
Yeah,
that's the one I remember being a powerhouse.
right.
I was old enough to remember.
Even the concert, like the when he went on the Dangerous tour, like that was unbelievable. Like I remember watching that and seeing like young white girls like pass out. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? Like seeing like Asian kids pass out when they see him in the front row. I'm like, yo, I never seen no shit like that before. For
Yeah.
nobody. I didn't. I mean, and I love Prince and Madonna was just as godly to me, back then on that level as Mike. And even at their shows, I never seen nobody, pass out for them like they did with Mike. And Mike had a huge effect on people. You could see like the huge effect he had on people, just being on stage. He didn't even have to dance. He could just stand there and pose for like 10 minutes with his shades on and not move a muscle, and people would just pass out from that. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
and I love the Dangerous too. I actually picked that up on DVD I think it was like 2009. I picked it up at this like little bootleg spot, and he was selling. I'm like, yo, I gotta get this, yo. And it was him performing in Bucharest, in Budapest, and it was a great show. Like he did all of his hits, and it like the I mean, I always wanted to see Mike in concert, but I never could. But I could imagine like it was like meeting God, yo. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
man.
It was real like crazy, man. I loved it. Loved it.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna lie though. A lot of those Michael Jackson fans made me cringe even back then. Like you got these grown men crying and like, oh
Oh, but
god.
but but you can see like back then I didn't understand it. I understand it now. Like as an adult, like back when I was
Yeah.
little, like watching that, like that shit was like what's wrong with them? Like how come they passing out? Like what did he do to them? You know what I mean? And you don't realize the impact he had when you like 11, 12 years old. But now, like many years later, like I understand the type of impact he had. You know what I'm saying? And
Oh
that's
yeah.
why that's why you see that. That's why you see people crying for him when he's on stage just posing for 10 minutes and not saying nothing. That's why you see people passing out and they have to get the ambulance and the stretcher for them because it was like looking at God. It was
Hell
like it
yeah.
was like it was like God coming from the heavens and coming to planet Earth and being in some sequin socks and a sequin glove and having a mic in his hand and ready to sing and that's what it was like.
That's dope how you put that. I like how you put that. Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
he was God to me. Like that is music for me. Like you know what I'm saying? Like that is music. That was my introduction to music. This the sound that we call music, with instruments and everything, that is
Mhm.
music for me. That is Michael.
I'm with
You
you.
know what I'm saying? And that's why like I take music seriously because this is what I grew up on. And seeing legends in a prime from as a solo artist to when they die, like this is like a really like this is like part of your life. You know what I'm saying? Like these people were part of your life and when they're gone, it's like it affects you. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I felt about, Mike and Prince and Biggie and Pac and all the legends like that. A Left Eye or Leah. So he's always gonna feel like, that is music to me. You
Word,
know,
word.
like I can't speak on how I mean, I couldn't relate how the young generation, they would look at Migos as music to them, or they would look at SZA, or they would look at Cardi B as music to them. I couldn't understand that because they're living in a different era from us. But for me, music will always begin with Michael Jackson.
Word.
You know what I'm saying?
And him and Prince, yo.
Yes, yes, and Prince.
I'm more of a Prince guy, but
Right.
I love Mike to death.
I put Prince and Madonna on that same level as Mike because they were the '80s icons. Like when you talk about '80s music, it was Prince, Michael, and Madonna. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And this was before the rap was still in its infant stages. So we didn't have no, there was no De La, no Tribe back then. You know what I'm saying? Like there was no Coogee rap back then. Like this was for me. It was pop, R&B, and reggae, and that's what it was. Like those three icons was music for me, and you know, there will never be nobody else to replace those artists.
Word, word, word. Yeah, man. Great, great speech too, man. That was fantastic. You know, no one like Michael, man.
Yeah,
But before we get into like history, just had fucking some bonus cuts on there. You know what I mean? But before we get into Invincible from 2001, I believe,
right.
I want to touch on the child molestation accusations. I want to know your thoughts on that. Me personally, my thoughts on it is a bunch of bullshit.
Yep.
I think that the family wanted to milk Michael for some money.
Hmm.
I think it was blatant lies. I just couldn't. I don't know the man.
Right.
A moment of my life, I never met this nigga, but he's my hero, you know. And I couldn't just picture him doing that. Just the way he said when he was talking about it, he got interviewed about it. He's like, they took pictures of my penis, and I felt violated. You know, I'm talking about when I think it was the cops or someone did that to him, and which is disgusting. But
Yeah.
I truthfully think that he didn't do that shit, man. This is my take on it. You know, he's too sweet of a person. They fucking ruined this man.
Right.
You know, these cocksuckers. I will
Right.
go to my grave thinking that. I think
Right.
Michael didn't do a damn thing. That's my personal opinion.
Right.
And fuck these people that did that to him. People that want to make fucking jokes about him on social media, they can eat a
Right.
dick. You know what I
Yep.
mean? And I don't think he did none of that shit. It's too much of a coincidence
Right.
for all the two different people, and it's just bullshit. I think I don't think he did that. You know what I mean? It's just absolute slander. I don't believe in that. What's your thoughts on that, Troy?
I actually, it's crazy. The boy that the little white kid that accused him of doing that to him, he ended up being a part of Michael's label because Michael they formed a rap group called Crow. Had that album back in I believe it was 93, 94. They did a song with Redman. At the first single, I think either Redman was on it or Redman produced it for them. And
What the fuck?
yeah, it was on his record label on MJJ Records or whatever.
Yeah.
But when I found out, I did the album was terrible, so I ended up throwing it away. The album was terrible, but I remember they dropped two singles. They dropped the one with Redman, and the second single was I forgot the name of the second single, but it sampled the Heartbreak Hotel song that Michael did. Like Michael had was on the chorus or whatever. There's a
Yeah.
video. There's a video for it also. But yeah, the album was terrible. I didn't like it. I got it like on like Columbia House 99 cent bin. I threw it away. I didn't like it. Um, but yeah, yeah, that was part of the settlement. The kid that accused him of molesting him, he had when he that was part of the settlement. So he signed him to his label and he formed a rap group with some little black bald head kid, and they formed a group. And I remember coming home from school and seeing that interview on I think it was Oprah he was on. I want
Yeah.
to say
Yep.
yeah, and I remember watching it. And I'm like, I don't believe that. I don't think Mike was that type of person. I think the perception was I feel like Mike was too good of a person. Even when the media was taking shots at him for being weird and buying like the Elephant Man bones and in the chamber and shit like that. I don't feel like the media like really knew him, like how his family knew him. Like I feel like we only seen shit on TV, but I don't feel like the media really knew him. And I feel like him being the kind person that he was and giving to charity, giving money to charity, he didn't need to do that. He didn't need to give his millions of dollars to charity. He could have kept that shit to himself.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And he could have been a real stingy and real like arrogant about shit. He didn't need to give charity and and feed kids in third world countries that didn't have anything. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like him helping too many people was his downfall. And I think the perception was that he did it because he had a love for helping kids. You know what I mean? And going to like hospitals to see cancer patients and all that. I feel like that was the perception of him. And when I came out, people, they turned their back on him and they felt like, well, maybe he did do it because he's always around kids and he acts like a at Neverland Ranch with all these toys and pets, Bubbles the monkey and Muscles the snake and all, you know what I mean? And I feel like that was the perception. I didn't feel like he did it. I feel like the perception of how he was gonna look towards the public was that he did it because he's always helping kids or he's always around kids, you know what I mean? And I don't feel like people really truly, understood who he was.
Yeah.
They just like they read the tabloids, they listened to the guy. This is before the internet. They people like Joan Rivers, made fun of him and you know, um just people in the media, Johnny Carson and them made fun of him and I felt like they a lot of people jumped on the bandwagon and they just they were riding the wave of, oh well, let's hate on Michael now because there's nobody else to hate on. We got to hate on the popular rich black man,
Yep.
and I didn't like that. I felt like they were tearing him down, and it's like they love you now and then later on they hate you. That's when you're a celebrity, like when you really famous, when they love you when you're on top, and then when you rock bottom, they want to turn they back on you. And I
No,
really didn't
never
care for
going it back
that. And
to like big.
I never turned my back on him. I never felt like he did it. I felt like there was people, but I question like as a parent, if
Yeah.
I don't care who it is, like whether it's somebody related to you or not, if why would you leave your kid spend the night at a stranger's house. Like even if it's like a relative that you don't really know like that. If you don't really know your cousin like that or your relative like that, why would you want to leave your kid at their house? You know what they can.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Like especially and you want to leave your kid at Michael Jackson's house. Like why would you as a parent? Like how could you as a parent blame him for that? Like even if he did do something, it's your job as a parent to look out for your kid. If you so careless where you can eat at Michael Jackson's house and go about your business and do whatever, then you to blame for that. It ain't him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he could be in the wrong for doing whatever, but at the end of the day, that ain't his kid. That's your kid. That come out your fucking pussy. You know what I'm saying? So as a mother, how could you leave your little girl or your little boy at Michael Jackson's house and then go about your business like like life is normal? You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I question them more than him. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I always looked at it. Like even if that was the case, even if let's say that he was guilty and he did do something, it's still up to the parents the parents put they kid in danger by leaving their son or their daughter, in the hands of a pedophile.
Yeah.
And so you're gonna do so that's reckless endangerment. So you're gonna know it. So you're gonna like leave your kid anywhere at any stranger's house. Can't
That's
say, oh,
stupid as
well, it's
fuck.
Michael Jackson, because you don't know Michael Jackson personally. Unless you did, you don't know what he's capable of. So you just can't feel comfortable leaving your kid at a stranger's house and going about your business because it's Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're the ones that's really to blame for that. You know what I mean? And that the same thing with the whole R. Kelly thing. Like even if R. Kelly was a pedophile, he was sleeping with young women. If as you as a parent, where was you? Like if you don't know where your teenage daughter is at, what does that say about you as a parent? Like, if you don't know the whereabouts of your teenage daughter, you know, how do you live with yourself at night? How do you like wake up and stare in the mirror every day and say that you're a good mother?
You feel as a parent in my eyes.
You know what I mean? Like this, like your daughter came out of you, like so you just gonna leave your daughter at a pedophile's house and go about your business? Like what kind of parent are you? You know what I'm saying? Like if you can leave your teenage daughter at R. Kelly's house, what kind of parent are you?
For real, yo.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like before they quick to, I mean, even I mean, I'm not discrediting what R. Kelly did or whatever, if he did it, if he didn't do it, whatever. That's besides the point. The point is, as a parent, you're not gonna just let your kids stay at anybody's house, right? So that's how you should treat these celebrities. Like, people forget these celebrities are still human beings. That's why I never get
Yep.
starstruck. When I meet people, I don't get starstruck. The only person I got starstruck for was Will Smith. Everybody
Yeah.
else, I don't get starstruck for these people because the people forget that they're actually human beings just like us. Beyonce got to go to the bathroom just like us. She got her period just like every other female.
Fact.
Michael Jackson got to fucking go to the bathroom and fucking piss and shit just like everybody else. And people forget that. People they put these celebrities, these human beings on like they larger than life, and then they feel like, oh well, it's okay to leave my little son or my little girl at Michael Jackson's house. Nothing gonna happen. Not knowing that, he might be your little son or your little daughter might be sleeping in the same bed as Michael Jackson and might be fondling him. So
Word.
you can't. They were so quick to judgment and quick to rush to put Michael. Oh, Michael's a pedophile and that. But what about the parents? Nobody was putting the parents on trial. No, they put in the rich black man on trial because of his status. It's Michael Jackson. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's what I didn't like. And people turn their back on him, and I never did that. You know what I'm saying? I care about the music at the end of the day. The same way I can support R. Kelly music because I love the music at the end of the day. What they do in their personal life is their business. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I
man.
wasn't at Mike. I wasn't at Neverland Ranch. So I can't say, oh well, Michael did that. I saw Michael touch the little boy, and I can't say all that. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's like, before you point the finger at Michael or R. Kelly or any of these artists, you got to point the finger at the parents. Because as a
Yeah.
parent, if you don't know where your kid is at, then you're a terrible parent. If your teenage daughter or son can sneak out and go to whoever's house and you don't know where their whereabouts are, you're a terrible parent. I don't care what nobody
Yeah.
say.
Facts. And I know some terrible parents. I see them in action in real life,
Right?
And I'm like, what the fuck, man?
You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to hear no shit about, oh well, I'm a single parent, and nah, I came from a single parent household. I never had no father.
Word.
I don't want to hear that shit.
Never
You know
had
what I'm
no
saying?
father either, my nigga.
I never turned my back on Michael because of allegations. You know what I mean? Like, I don't buy it. Especially when they try to get him a second time. The same person,
Yep.
the same dude, the same guy that he ended up making a song about on the History album later. The same guy tried to get him like 10 years later for the same shit, and he ended up losing again. So the people don't think that's kind of fishy. Like, maybe the white guy was out to get him because of his status.
Did he diss him on
Maybe,
this time around?
maybe mm,
Michael diss him on this time around, or what song was it?
um yo, I got the album. I got to like there's a song, I think it's called Adoption or something. There's an actual song on his album that he talked about the guy, that's his actual name, that the guy came after him twice in 10 years for the same allegations. He lost both times. You don't think that's fishy?
Yep, it is.
He actually made a song about him. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's on Instagram. You know what I mean? That was like the album that came out right after everything happened, and I felt like a lot of people, they wanted to turn their back on him, and I feel like that was just fake. That's fake. You have to ride with that person. Like, suddenly turn your back on them because of allegations that come out. Because if you wasn't there, then you can't fucking speak.
Then he just starts sucking dick again when he passes away.
Yeah, it's like, don't you know what I mean? Like, don't follow what People Magazine and Time Magazine said this, and the tabloids, the Inquirer said this, and Joan Rivers had shit to say, and Don't fucking follow what they have to say.
Yeah, fuck Joan Rivers, that decrepit bitch.
So it's like how they know they have to make a living too off of him and his downfalls and shit. That's how they made that. That's how she made her living, was making jokes about
Yeah, she can rest in piss too, by the way.
it.
Rest in piss,
Like
Joan Rivers, you fucking cunt.
but I remember seeing her jokes about him, just like everybody else did. Even Cat Williams man had jokes that shit to say about him. All of a sudden, when he dropped dead, then you want to feel bad? Nah, I think that's fake. You know what I'm saying? Like that's fake to do that shit. Don't wait till somebody dropped dead to be like, oh, I'm so sorry for what I said. Nah, when you say what you say.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he had a lot of shit to say in his stand-ups. I remember watching that stand-up he did. He's talking real shit about Michael Jackson like Peter Pan, he climbs in trees and all this shit. Yeah, he had all that shit to say when he was alive and kicking, but when he dropped dead, then you want to feel bad? That's fake. Fuck him.
Yeah, who said this again, Try?
Cat Williams.
Yeah, fuck that nigga. That nigga's a clown. I lost a lot of respect for that nigga anyway.
Yeah.
You know?
He was doing his own dirty shit. And nobody was making jokes about him when he was doing his shit.
For real.
Like, nah, man, I don't like that. That's two-faced.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and I never turned my back on Mike. I never believed the allegations to begin with. And
Neither did I, yo.
you know what I'm saying? And I felt like that's the main reason why the History album didn't do good, because it came out at the wrong time, like right when everything was happening. And it was like 2 years later though, because I think History came out in '95, but still it was still fresh in people's memory of everything that happened. And then on top of that, you had R. Kelly produced "You're Not Alone," and he already had went through that whole marriage thing with Leah in '94, and people was upset about that. So it was like a double whammy right there, And I think that was still a good album. It still has some bangers on it. Biggie is on that album.
Yeah, this time around he kills it.
Yeah, this time I killed it.
There's a story where Little C said that Biggie was crying when he met Mike.
Oh
And
wow, I would have cried too. I don't give a fuck. I would have cried too. I can say that comfortably as a grown man. I would have cried if I saw Michael Jackson.
I can tell you 3 people that I would cry for.
Right.
Maybe 4.
Right.
To this day, I don't give a fuck what no one says. They can suck my dick.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson, if he was still living, I ever met that dude. Yes.
Right.
Prince.
Right.
Shawn Michaels, definitely. Yeah. And the Green Ranger, Tommy.
The Green Ranger.
Yeah, not cry like a bitch, but shed some tears coming down my face.
I feel that's how much. That's what I was saying earlier. That's how much these people meant to you. They icons. They're supposed to mean shit to you. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I feel like that was the main reason why that album wasn't successful, because of everything that was going on. But it was still a banging album. I love the video with him and Janet, the first single stream. I thought that was that's what like the real fans really was waiting for that. We was waiting for like a collaboration with him and Janet. The Janet was just as big at that time too in '95.
I might be cussing on that shit.
Yeah, he was cursing. Yeah, because that's the only album where he was like really like angry and cursing. And I never heard that side to him, but you can tell because these allegations affected him and bothered him. You know what I'm saying? He felt violated as a human, and people didn't want to hear that. They wanted to know if he did it or if he didn't do it, and he really didn't give 0 fucks on that album. Like he just let it all loose. I love that Scream video just to see him and Janet dance together. I wish they would have did a tour together or an album. That would have been so great.
Hell yeah.
That would have been great for pop music, great for R&B, and yeah, I love that video. I never get tired of looking at that video. It's real spacey, and way ahead of his time, and
I remember watching that a lot of times. I watched that a lot back in the day.
Yes, that MTV played that video every day. Every day I saw that shit.
Same.
Even now, watching these videos, I don't get tired of none of them. I still watch it.
Same.
They Don't Care About Us. Love that song. Spike Lee did the video in Brazil. It's real
Yep.
colorful. It almost looks like a Hype Williams video. But like Hype was like, I think like Hype was just starting to do videos at that time in '95 or whatever. And
Yeah.
it was a real nice video. I love that video. Like seeing the Brazilian kids dance and the colors and everything and the instruments they playing. Love that video and the song you know the song with Biggie. Love that. I never thought I would hear Biggie Smalls with a Michael Jackson song.
I love that shit.
And it's very few. Like if you work with Michael Jackson, like you're pretty much set. You're pretty much in the Hall of Fame. Like it's very few artists that he worked. You know what I mean? And to have him do a song with Biggie and Jay-Z and Heavy D, like it was great. Like those are Hall of Famers right there, in my opinion. You know?
I'm with you, bro. I'm not a big Heavy D fan. I love Blue Funk,
Yeah,
but I agree with you. Hell yeah.
great artist. I was lucky enough to see Heavy D in concert twice, and he was a great dancer for his height and his weight, and I felt like he was a great artist. Like he didn't hear no drama with Heavy. Wasn't no gossip with him. It was all about the music with him, and he went about his business. He wasn't, you know, you didn't hear about who he was sleeping with or how, like none of that stuff like came into play at that time, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, like to have Heavy D on a song with Michael, I never thought I would hear that. And, like that was great to hear. And he even did a song with Shaq. He did on the Too Bad track from the History album that Shaq is on there with him. And even Shaq, like to do a song like as Shaquille O'Neal and you know, um, to me, I mean, I never was a huge like Shaq fan when it came to rapping. Like I had Shaq Diesel, um, but like to have Shaq like one of the greatest NBA centers of all time, like to be on a song with Michael on the Michael Jackson album, that's like a major accomplishment for him.
That is
You know?
iconic. It is.
Yeah, like for him, I would put it right up there with his rings that he won. You know what I'm saying, with the Lakers and with the Heat. Like to do a song with Michael Jackson, like that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? And that was a dope song. And the title track on History, that was with Boyz II Men is singing that on that actually on the background vocals. And Boyz II Men is one of my favorite R&B groups of all time too. I saw them in concert; they were great. And to have them on the song with Michael, that was great, man. Like I loved it. And just the way
Yeah.
that the track start off with like the Olympic theme song playing when it begins, and it felt really epic. You know what I'm saying? Like this is an icon. Like he got his own statue. You know what I mean? On the cover, I loved it. I love the whole album cover with the Michael statue, and like he really
Yeah.
needs his own statue. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
Of
that's
course.
that's that's an icon right there. And I love that song. And you know Stranger in Moscow. I like that song. I like the video for that with the rain pouring down. It's black and white, and you know, a real dope song. And that album had some bangs. It wasn't a classic. I could say it had some bangs on it, but it wasn't a classic like his previous stuff. You
No,
know,
it's my least favorite to that point.
right? And it's
You know.
actually a double. Like the first disc is like his greatest hit stuff, and then
Yeah.
like second disc is like the actual History album. I like the packaging for it. Like the way that
Yeah.
they hold the double album, and because it's not a classic. I add some other tracks on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to get into two other topics after we touch on the Invincible album.
Right.
But after History, which came out in '95,
Right.
I think got married to
Yeah.
that
Lisa Marie.
to Marie around that time and all that shit. And
Right.
you don't hear him, Mike. He made appearances, on award shows, I believe. You know what I mean? Kind of shaky on that time frame because I'll be honest, I always loved Mike, but this is the time I was bumping Mob and Wu and Nas, boot camp.
Right.
I didn't really keep up with Mike, what he was doing, but then 2001 hits and he drops Invincible.
Yes.
I'll be 100% honest,
Right.
not the biggest fan of this album,
Hmm.
but I think Butterflies is an amazing song. I think that is
Right.
Neo Soul Mike, and I love that. Rock My World. Always love the video. Got good memories with that. You know
Right.
what I mean? Because the girl I was with at the time, Desiree, she loved that song. Always watched it. So yeah, man. Not the biggest fan of this. Those are my two standouts, and they're the singles yet. You
Right.
know,
Right.
it's not too good, man. And he got. I'll be honest, man. I keep it a buck in this bitch,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he got fucked over on this album too.
Yes, he did.
You know what I mean? But what's your thoughts on Invincible, Try?
I thought it was okay. Like he had Rodney Jerkins do some production. I didn't think it was his best work. I love the singles he picked were great. Like You Rock My World and he wanted to beat Butterflies, but he had beef with Sony at that time. Like they felt like they didn't want that to be the second single. They wanted another song, and he boycotted Sony and Tommy Mottola. I remember he came to Harlem over here, and he had a big speech with Al Sharpton and everybody like walking in the streets protesting with him. I think that was when he was like the beginning of the end with him and Sony. And there's a Butterflies remix with Eve. Eve was on that. I remember on his mixtape, like he had the remix with Butterflies with Eve, and he had the You Rock My World remix with Jay-Z.
Yeah,
Um 2001 when the Blueprint came out for Summer Jam, and that summer, Mike came out on stage with Rockefeller. Like he came out to greet Jay-Z. They have pictures online with both of them and him and Dame, and that was like a major thing. Like when Jay, the first time Jay performed the Takeover, after the show, after the song, like Mike came out on stage with them, and that was an epic thing. And then to hear like the remix for "You Rock My World" with Jay, that was like another like iconic collab, and I remember when Invincible came out, like I was hyped. I wanted to hear it, but I mean, I didn't like all of the songs. I only remember like maybe three songs off of it. Like everything else is like a blur, you know.
same.
But and even with all of that, it still went platinum. Like that was like just going platinum was like low standards for Mike. Like Mike wanted to do like 8, 9 times platinum with this album, and it wasn't like a big seller, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah. So getting back to the history thing for a minute. The song is track 6. It's called DS, but that's the guys are, I want to say, the prosecutor's initials. Dob Snyder.
yeah.
That's the song where he talks about going after him and harassing him and shit. Um,
Good. I had to call that piece of shit out anyway.
yeah, 'cause
Good.
I have to look for history, the history album. I wanted to like look it up or whatever. So
Oh yeah, no doubt.
definitely. Yeah, I don't feel like History was like a solid album. I mean, I gotta really like go back and listen to it. It's been years since this album, but I only remember a few songs off of it.
Yeah,
Production didn't live up to, like, the production could have been better. I don't feel like Ronnie Jerkins gave his best production. Like, and Ronnie Jerkins was like responsible for like a lot of the Brandy hit singles or whatever back in the '90s. And I didn't feel like he gave Michael those hits, like the same stuff he was giving Brandy. I didn't feel like he gave Michael. You know what I'm saying? Or he didn't really like elevate his production on for that album.
I
You
feel
know?
you, bro.
Yeah.
Definitely, man. And obviously, we'll get to like the big,
Right.
elephant in the room is death. But
Right.
before we get to his death, I have to ask a question. Do you think Michael was a self-hater? Like, do you think he bleached his skin and got all those nose jobs? Because I'll be honest, I hate how he made himself look in the end. I
Right.
love Michael, but I'll keep it a buck. I think that
Right.
all them nose jobs was ridiculous. It's his fucking
Yeah.
body he wants, but I
Yeah.
don't know, man. His kids are like, then they don't look like they're even his kids.
Right.
You know what I mean? They just look like white kids. You know what I mean? I don't know what's up with that. Lord Jamal has a theory where he just wanted his kids to look white, and you know what I
Right.
mean.
Right.
Some other nigga fathered them, and you say it's his kids. I don't know how true that is.
Right.
Lord Jamal thinks that Michael was a self hater. I don't know. I don't know, man. It's hard to put put a finger on it. I know his father
Right.
Joseph really ridiculed him about his nose. you
Right.
know, those being so big, and he ridiculed him about the vitiligo. But
Right.
you know what? If my skin, if I was a dark skinned man, and my skin, I started changing like different colors, like a flesh tone color and like a Caucasian color or whatever, I would definitely bleach my skin to that color. I don't want to
Right.
look like a freak or whatever. Maybe he did that. I can understand that because vitiligo. No disrespect to people that have that disease, but that's a horrible thing.
Right.
Make you look pretty strange. And if he did it for that, then I'm not hating on him, but
Right.
I don't know, man. He might have been ashamed. I don't know. I wasn't in his mind. You know what I
Right.
mean? But I love to pick your brain on that. What's your thoughts about that? Was Michael a self hater
I,
to you? Or?
I think he was. I don't want to say self hater. I think he was trying to change himself, not necessarily to appeal to white America, but maybe to like get away from his child. I mean, he had a traumatic childhood with Joe Jackson as a father, so you know,
Yeah,
and you've heard the stories that the stuff that they went through with a timing on it. And I feel like maybe know I feel like that's another main reason why the public and the people misunderstood Mike, because I feel like you know a grown man having a house or like a ranch called Neverland Ranch, and you know he loved cartoons and candy and toys and pets and being around kids. I feel like he missed out on his childhood because of his father being such a timing on him when he was younger, and it's like that didn't translate to him. So it's like him, even though we saw a grown ass man, but Mike missed out his childhood, and I feel like maybe that's why he was doing the things that he was doing because he wanted to still enjoy that those things that a child would enjoy because he missed out on that. He was busy in the studio and recording, and that's not normal for a young kid to go through. So he missed out on his childhood, and he wanted to enjoy that many years later. And the look, I feel like maybe that was a part of it. Like he wanted to, get rid of of old look, and I think like maybe they remembered he had like too many bad memories as how he was before, and he maybe wanted like something new, like a new look for him or a different change for him,
yeah,
and maybe why he went with the bleaching of the skin and the nose surgeries and all that to get away from the old life that he had. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, if it was vitiligo, and I can understand. I mean, I don't know nobody with vitiligo. I don't know too much about it. I mean, if it was about that, then I can understand why he was doing what he was doing. But I feel like it was more about the him having a new look and a new lease on life and getting away from the bad traumatic memories of being a childhood in that home in Gary, Indiana, with his pop. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how I always looked at it. You know what I'm saying? At first it did look bad. Like his nose did look bad, and he kept going in and changing things about himself. I mean, you could look at it on the album covers, like from Off the Wall to Thriller to Bad. All of his album covers, he looked different. Like we knew it was the same person, but his appearance looked dramatically different on each album cover. You know what I'm
yes,
saying? And you know, I don't fully Michael and his family like what's the real reason of him changing his look. I mean, that's on the outside looking in as a music lover, as a music fan. I feel like that's what it was. I feel like he had he had a traumatic childhood and he wanted to change all that and forget about all that by having a different look and and enjoying simple things as a kid that maybe people like maybe take for granted, like to the movies or riding a bike. Saying people take that for granted, and Mike, that was Mike's way that was fun for him because he didn't get that chance to enjoy that stuff when he was a kid. So many years later, it carried over into his adulthood where he was like a man child, like that song Outside on Stillmatic's Second Childhood.
second
Mike was
childhood.
Mike was reliving his second childhood. You know what I'm saying? So and that's why and I mean and let's be honest, like you never really I mean, like certain things that you love as a kid, you still love as an adult. I still love comics, I still love cartoons. I still I still play video games.
Same. I still love Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, He-Man, all that shit.
You know what I mean? And Mike was never ashamed of that. Like when other people would probably shy away from that and no pun intended, but keep it in the closet. Mike wasn't afraid of that. Mike was definitely one to enjoy himself in every aspect of life, and he let the paparazzi know that, and he wasn't shy about like having a bunch of animals at his house and having kids at his house and having slumber parties and all that. He wasn't shy about that. He wanted to enjoy the childhood that he never could experience when he was actually a kid. And that's how I always looked at it. I mean, everybody else, nobody's a psychiatrist. Nobody can say, well, if he had a problem or whatever. But I always hear these people feel like they know him, and they probably they was never around him, but they always have this, they this prescription for his life. Like, oh well, he's acting out and looking like you don't know that.
For real, yeah.
Like that never bothered me. Like I cared about the music. That never bothered me that he was, you know, he had Neverland Ranch and he was, you know, still acting like a kid. Like that never bothered me. Like I mean, if you could see it, then you could see it. But I wasn't gonna stop listening to him because well, why does he have summer parties with kids and this? Like who cares? I care about the music at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I fell in love with. I fell in love with him as a musician, not what he did in his private life.
Same here.
You
I
know what I'm
could give a
saying?
fuck less
If
about
he
that.
if he was deprived of a child of his childhood, then that's his parents' fault. That's his mother's fault. That's his father's fault. You know what I'm saying? So we can actually feel that if that's the thing that he was going through and he wanted to experience, his childhood as a grown man, then so be it. He's entitled to that. You know what I'm saying? So who are we to say, oh, well, Michael Jackson at 40 years old shouldn't be, having slumber parties with kids. You know what I mean? If all it was just slumber parties and he's enjoying himself and the kids were happy, great. I'm all for it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And I feel like, society has this, it's too many people that's quick to judge and ready to put their 2 cents in on these people's lives that they don't know, that they're not around. I'm saying and they're so quick to evaluate other people's lives but their own. And we see it on social media all the time. Especially now. Like back then we didn't even have social media, and it was crazy back then with people evaluating him like he's some, you know, like guinea pig, like for us, like his life is under a microscope as it is, and it's like people are picking apart his life with every move that he make, and social media in 1995 or 1993 when all those allegations came out.
93, yeah.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And you know, as a young teenager, 13 years old, I didn't care about that. I didn't care about, oh well, he's playing, he has slumber parties and like who cares? I care about the music. You know what I'm saying? And people got to separate these artists' lives from their audience. And social media, unfortunately, it doesn't it doesn't allow them to do that. It's like they feel like they can butt into their private life whenever because of social media. Because they see it on the gram or whatever on Twitter, and I feel like they have to be able to let these artists are human beings. They have to be able to separate their private lives from what they do as a job.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like who cares who Rihanna is sleeping with? I don't care about who Rihanna is sleeping with. I care about the music at the end of the day. I don't care about what chick Drake knocked up. I care about the music at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So I like that's me. Like I've never been the type to worry about, oh well, Drake is going with this person and Riri is like who cares? You know what I'm
Yeah, fuck all
saying?
that shit. I care about.
Brother Michael, the point I was trying to make is brother Michael, yeah, he had kids. Whether he had a surrogate for his kids or it's really his kids, but they don't look like him, or he wanted white kids, whatever. That's his business. That's his personal life. That have nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I think the young kid they call blanket, whatever the blanket.
Yeah,
I think he looks a lot like Michael, just like in a
He
lighter
does.
version of him.
He does.
I don't feel like Paris or Prince Michael looks like him at all.
Hell
But
no.
that's never I never cared about that. If those are his kids, he was a great father to them. They were happy. They miss their daddy now. They can't bring
Can I
him
say
back
something
from the.
though?
Huh?
Let me just say something. I better cut you off.
Yeah.
What do you think about this nigga hanging his kid off the fucking balcony and shit though? Like, what do you think? Like, that's you gotta admit that's kind of fucking loony.
He didn't do that deliberately. That was when I forgot what kid he was holding. That was when they were first born. Okay,
Blink
that
his
was
head.
born and he wanted to let the paparazzi see, but he didn't have social media back then, so he wasn't able to post a picture on MySpace or Instagram.
What if
You know
that
what I'm
nigga
saying?
slipped out of his hands and fell?
I don't think Mike should have. I think Mike probably like thought about it later on, like, damn, I fucked up doing that. You know, they tried to use that against him too. They try to
Nigga.
like the second time the second. I feel where he's going with it. The second time they tried to get him, they tried to use that again. Like, oh, well, he's a parent because he had blankie over the. Like, come on, you know what I'm saying? I mean, thank goodness it didn't happen. But I don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think Mike was some unfit parent. He was going in thinking like, oh, I'm gonna drop my kiddo off of the balcony. Like, come on.
Yeah.
And he wasn't crazy. He was misunderstood, but he wasn't crazy. You know what I
That
mean?
was, I mean, that was kind of fucking loony though.
Yeah,
You know?
I mean, I seen it. I'm like, I just took it for. I didn't think too hard into it though. Like that, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
like paparazzi ran with it because that's the paparazzi. That's what they're supposed to do. That's their job.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not into paparazzi, so I just looked at it like, well, okay, he had him dangling off of the balcony, but thank goodness he didn't fall. That's
Yeah.
what
Hell yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And I don't know. I don't get how people act like they know these people's lives personally, where they can just put their 2 cents in. I'm not gonna put my 2 cents in on these people's lives if I don't know them.
I
If I know
truthfully think
them,
that kid's his though. Blanket. I think that's his kid, man.
yeah, he looks like him
Yeah.
to me. He
Yeah.
does look.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And that never bothered me. Like, oh, well, the kids don't look like him, so he got a surrogate. Who cares? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
why would you bother? Like, is that are you gonna lose sleep at night knowing that might not be Michael's kid? Like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
That never bothered me. I never lost sleep. Thinking like, oh, well, it might not be Michael's kids. Then I'm gonna lose sleep. I can't sleep now. What am I gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get it. Like, people are so enthralled in these people in these artists' lives. It's like they feel like their lives like they can't sleep at night.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? And that never bothered me. You know what I'm saying? Like, what that man did in his personal life was his business. I care about the music. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about who's dating who or who's sleeping with who and who got who. Like, that does nothing for me.
Facts. Facts.
You know what I'm
Facts. I had
saying?
nothing bad to say about the nigga either. I just thought that was kind
Right.
of cuckoo. I'll
You
be
know,
honest.
even after like him passing, like I never heard about no beef with him and Prince. That was something I heard about after he passed away. Because during the 80s and 90s, they never talked about that shit. That was like a beef he had with Prince.
According to fucking Quincy Jones, but who knows? He be talking out of his ass.
Right.
There was one time, I think it was like 84.
Okay.
It's on YouTube. James Brown is performing and he gets Michael there.
Right.
Michael rocking that Grammy suit that he wore, the blue and gold joint.
Right.
That shit fly, I like that. So Michael does a little couple dance steps.
Right.
And Prince comes up, all discombobulated, like he can't, I don't know what the fuck was up with Prince. He played a little guitar solo, kind of sloppily, and just did a split, threw down the mic, and hopped on his bodyguard's shoulders and
Uh-huh.
left. And I think Mike didn't like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's what I heard. And
Okay.
that's like 84. You know what I mean? And then 87, you told a story about Bad already.
Right.
But even before that, like I heard when Parade, well not Parade, the Under the Cherry Moon movie, when that flopped,
Right.
Michael was laughing about that. He thought that shit was funny. That's what I heard.
I thought that was funny too. I hated that movie.
Oh, it's trash.
I'm
Um,
with him on that.
yeah, Quincy said this shit, and then he said that Prince tried to run over Michael in Latoya one time. I was like, what?
Oh, shit. Wow. With his
Yeah,
bike?
I don't know what it was with, but he
Uh,
tried to run a nigga over, man. I don't know what kind of vehicle the nigga Prince had.
uh,
Running the Purple Rain bike, I don't know, but that's what I
I,
heard. It's on YouTube.
I was thinking that right just now, like the Purple Rain bike, you tried to run Michael over? Oh, man, that's
Ever, Ever Latoya, man.
crazy. The
Yeah,
same
that's what
bike
I
that
heard.
Apollonia was on? Yeah.
Take Me With You playing in the background and shit.
Yeah, you know?
Yeah, that's crazy. I love both them niggas, man,
Yeah,
but
yes.
I'm
That's
more of a
unfortunate.
Prince Rogers Nelson type of guy. I think he's better than Mike. That's my personal opinion, you know.
Right.
But yeah, man. I love your speech too, Try. That was great, man. That was great. You
Yeah.
know, I agree with you, bro. No problem. Then we get to that fateful day. I want to get to this, man.
Right.
June 2009. Uh, this is back when I had a desktop. I didn't have a laptop. I just got a computer. It was like a desktop in my living room.
Right.
Sitting there, hot as fuck, one of them hot days, and I got the news on. The news is on, and I don't watch the news like that, but I just had it on channel 6, just
Right.
chilling, lounging, and I heard Michael Jackson has been admitted to the hospital. They didn't say why or whatever the fuck. And then like 10 minutes later, they're like, Michael Jackson has passed away. Dog, I couldn't believe it. You know, like I was just frozen. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm like, it was like a family member died. I got all these calls from my cousins, mom, my uncle Martin at the time, just talking about this shit. And I put it on CNN. They were talking about it, and I decided to take out my Thriller CD and play Human Nature, and I started crying, man.
Right.
You know, not stopping crazily, but I had tears coming out my eyes because this is a childhood hero. You know what I
Right.
mean? And I was just stunned for days. Like Michael Jackson is gone. You know what I mean? And then finding out about the Conrad Murray thing, and he gave Michael all them fucking pills. Like Michael had too many fucking yes men.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He should have never been on that shit the way he was, man. Like it broke my fucking heart. We lost a great man. You know, he never was guilty of none of that bullshit they put him through.
Right.
Still, I rep Mike all the time, man, and very, very sad moment. One of the saddest days in history of music, if not the saddest day. I put it up there with Big, Pac, Dimebag Darrell for me. I'm a big Pantera fan as well.
Right.
You know, Big Pun, of course, that shit hurt.
Yeah.
Stack Bundles even. Big Stack Bundles fan, big mixtape head. I wasn't I wasn't a Nirvana fan when Kurt Cobain died. I
Right.
don't, you know what I mean? So
Right.
I can't really say I was. I'm sad about it now.
Right.
I mean, I didn't become a Nirvana fan until the year after '95.
Right.
But so many musicians we lost. Sean Price, man.
Yeah, man.
E.
Yeah.
Oh, let's say it. Oh, of course, Prince. You know,
Yeah.
Prince. All the wrestlers that passed away, man. It's just
Right.
fucking terrible, man. You know, and Michael's up there with me for one of the worst. So rest in peace to the King of Pop, man. Always be remembered.
Right.
That's all I gotta say about that. I was stunned. What's your thoughts about the passing of Mike? Where we? Can you remember where was you at? How did you get the
Yeah.
news?
I was I was at my homeboy, the homeboy at the time. I was at his crib because he used to be an artist, so he was coming out. He was planning on coming out with like his own mixtapes and stuff, and I used to help him. So I would spend a lot of time. He had like a little makeshift studio in his basement, and he had a couch, and I just crashed on the couch. And then he woke me up. This was like in the afternoon time. I think it was like 3:30, New York time. And I woke up and I remember I was like tossing and turning. I remember him saying Michael Jackson is dead. I'm like, what? What you talking about? I thought, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, yo, you playing right now. He was like, it's on CNN. So I remember I think it was Wolf Blitzer talking, and I got up out of my sleep and I'm like, what am I hearing, yo? Like this is a bad dream, you
Oh
know.
shit!
And I remember seeing it already at the they was already at the hospital, and I seen like from the helicopter, like all of these people was at the hospital. I'm like, what the fuck am I seeing? And like how did this happen? You know what I'm saying? And I just wanted to know if it was true, if it wasn't like some internet hoax. But like over the years, they've had that. They've had like people saying Chris Brown passed away, or before Whitney Houston actually passed away, they had Whitney hoax before. And, I just thought it was like one of those internet hoax started by somebody online or whatever, and it actually ended up being true. And I was in like in belief, like disbelief, like I didn't believe. I felt like you know man is lying. I felt like it was like some conspiracy going on for Michael. And I remember calling I called my mom, and I asked her, she didn't even know. It's like she didn't know what to say. And like 2009 was a bad year for me. I lost my grandfather like in January
My
of
condolences.
2009. Thanks.
I'm
Um,
proud.
on my mother's side of the family, and he was like my best friend because me and him are like our birthdays are like a day apart from each other. We're both Aries, in March, and I was my real father figure, and I lost him at the start of 2009, and then Michael, and then I was just like, it was definitely like a year I'll choose to forget. You know what I'm saying? And like to lose like that role model, that icon that you grew up watching from Thriller way up until now, it was like a part of me died with him. You know what I'm saying? And it was tough for me. I really felt depressed.
Same,
And
man.
that's the feeling I got, like hearing about Biggie when he passed away in Pac, and like these people that they people like judge these people. They fail to realize that these artists have a big impact on people's lives. Like they can change their life in many different ways that we can't comprehend. And they that that's the type of person that Michael was. He impacted the whole world, and he impacted people's lives, and helping people, and saving people from tragedy and stuff. And it was just like I just wanted to know what happened. Like, how did he die? That was my whole thinking. Like, I didn't believe it. I felt like there's a conspiracy going on. I wanted to know, like, how did he pass away? Like, was it him? Was it somebody else? Who's responsible for this? Whoever was responsible, they need to be burned in hell. And,
Oh
and
yeah.
I was angry. You know what I'm saying? And when we found out later, like it was like his, Michael. I didn't have no idea all of this stuff was happening until after he passed away. Like I have no idea he was on painkillers for his scalp. After when he got burned during the Pepsi commercial in the 80s.
Yeah.
I didn't know nothing about that because we didn't have the internet back then. So it's like as a kid, it's like you're living your life normal, not knowing this stuff is going on around you, like not knowing that your icon is in the same thing. Because and I didn't know none of this was going on, and the we found out about the doctor, and Michael couldn't sleep at night. He had all these thoughts running through his head. Took propofol to try to help him sleep. I didn't know what that was. I don't think anybody knew what that was unless he worked in the medical field at that time.
Yeah.
You know, and we learned about is this drug that helps you sleep, and he was dealing with that, and he was like he kind of like he moved away and he lost contact with his family, and it was just like disturbing to hear, you know what I'm saying, and that all that bothered me. You know what I'm saying, and as a music lover, it's like you never want to see your favorite artist of all time like dead. You know what I'm saying? Because there's no coming back from that. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's no more like music without Michael. Like that's a we'll never be able to recover from that. Especially now with the way that music is. You know what I'm saying? And as far as like pop and R&B, I don't feel like there's anybody that would ever touch his throne. I feel like Michael is the king. Like white people had their king with Elvis Presley. I wasn't around for Elvis Presley. I always used to hear stories from my grandmother because she hated Elvis Presley because he stole black people's music.
Yeah,
You
I'm
know,
not a big fan of Elvis at all. Fuck him.
And I remember the images of seeing Elvis Presley on TV when I was little, seeing him in movies and all that, and that was the king for white people. The king for black people was Michael Jackson. That will always be my king as far as like music. You know what I'm saying? To have King dead is like that was a major thing, and I was really depressed. I really took it harder than anybody's any artist death. You know what I mean? I remember I cried a lot. When the funeral happened, I was watching the funeral on CNN, and you know Paris was talking and she was crying and I started crying, and you know that's a sad day. That will always be a sad day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And that's not something that I don't think a lot of people will get over. You know what I'm saying? The void will never be filled. Like I love Chris Brown, but Chris Brown will never be Michael Jackson. Let's be honest about that.
I'm not a fan of him at all, though. That's my personal opinion.
A lot of people, when I went, like the very same day that Michael died, I made my Facebook page. I made my Twitter page. I never like I still had MySpace at that time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And I made my Facebook and Twitter page. I remember going on that night and seeing everybody, give their condolences. Lenny Kravitz and Raphael Sadiq and Donna. Everybody was giving condolences. Um, but I started seeing people talk about, well, Chris Brown is like, no, Chris Brown is a talented artist, but he is not Michael. He will never be Michael Jackson. I would tell that to Chris Brown face himself. You are not Michael. You are Chris Brown. You will never be Michael.
no, fuck no. I can't even name a fucking Chris Brown album. So
You know what I'm saying? No, he's a talented. He has some good albums. The Fame album was I think that's one of the best. You know what I'm saying? He has some. He's talented, but he's not Michael Jackson. He's not.
he's not a,
I don't even think. Michael Jackson was so well known that even kids now know who he is. Kids now coming up in this time in 2018 know who Michael Jackson is because their parents showed them who Michael Jackson is. They know who Michael is. I have young cousins that that never was around during the era, and they coming up now and they know who Michael is. That's the type of person. That's the type of icon that he is. That you have to show your kids, kids who this person was, because he left such a important mark on the world, and not just your lives but on the world, that you have to let this young generation and future generations know who Michael Jackson was. He was
of
like the
course.
Michael Jordan. He was like the Michael Jordan of music. The same way people will always talk about Michael Jordan in NBA is the same way you got to talk about Michael Jackson. They go hand in hand. You know what I'm saying? Like
Look,
Michael Jordan for me will always be the best. I wasn't around for the Dr. J era or Pistol Pete, um, people like Bill Russell, people like that. I came into the Jordan era. I'm from that era.
well,
I'm not from the Steph Curry era. I'm not from the LeBron era. I'm not from the Tracy McGrady era. I'm from the Jordan era. Michael Jordan to me will always be the best. That's how I look at Michael.
of
I'm
course.
saying, so the same way people talk about Michael or Jordan being the best in basketball is the same way I look at Michael Jackson. It ain't LeBron. LeBron is the best player now in the NBA, but he ain't Jordan. He ain't on Jordan level. You know what I'm saying? He ain't on Jordan level. Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, none of these players will be on Jordan level. Michael Jordan was one of a kind. That's how I look at Michael Jackson. He was one of a kind. You know what I'm saying? And I do put Prince on the same level as Michael and Madonna on the same level. I feel like they're all three of them were iconic. They're larger than life. And it'll be a sad day, when Madonna passed, because I am a Madonna fan. I love all her stuff. I am, I've seen her from the Like a Virgin, era all the way till now. And losing Prince was sad too. My mother was in tears. She was bawling when Prince passed away, and she know more Prince, the early Prince stuff more than I did. I came on the Purple Rain era. You know what I'm saying?
That
And,
one
and,
was too, man.
right, and losing these people, losing these artists is like they were like a part of your lives, and it's like you don't know them personally, but you know them through their music and their artistry, and they left a big impact on your life. And losing Michael will always be like like part of my heart is gone. You know what I'm saying? Because that was music to me. feel like that void will never be filled ever again.
Facts.
You know, and I feel like if Michael was here today, I feel like music would be a lot different. I think a lot of shit would be different right now, as far as like pop and R&B. I feel like a lot of stuff would be different right now. You know, I feel like it's too easy. It's like now it's like once Michael died, it was like the gates were open for all these no name motherfuckers to come through and just make a hit, and then that's it. Like you don't hear from them after that.
Or
You know, I think pop music sucks. I really do. I think it's not what it used to be. There's a lot of like one hit wonders right now in pop music, and it's terrible. R&B too. I think R&B is shit. You know,
word, I agree with you, bro.
and I definitely feel like if Mike was still here and putting out music, a lot of shit would be different.
I agree. I don't fuck with pop no more.
Right?
R&B is fucking dead.
Yeah.
You know, like
Really,
wow.
really, really garbage right now. You know.
R.I.P. Michael Jackson. That's our tribute. If you still
Yeah.
want to talk about Mike, I'm still down, Trevor. I'm gonna stay on for a little longer. You cool with that?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. This is fucking hilarious, man. This is hilarious, man. This rainy hip hop kid, right?
Yeah.
Got a Ghostface Killer post. He said, talking about Ghostface Killer, whatever. In the comment section, this dude named Rap Vision says, Logic is way better, in my opinion.
Oh my god.
He's like, yeah, you're right. That's why Logic is number one on here. Get the fuck out of here.
The freestyle he did.
Say it again.
The freestyle that Logic dropped today. He did a freestyle to Bring the Pain with the Method Man beat.
I'm sorry. You cannot be on my page with those thoughts. Get
Right.
the fuck. I'm blocking this kid. Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh my god.
What the fuck?
Oh man.
Like how
Only on
you niggas are yeah, man. You niggas are
only on
born like a
yeah.
go ahead, try my bad.
I'm about to say only in this show could we transition from Michael Jackson to Logic.
Word. Only because I was scrolling through IG, my nigga. I
Yeah.
had to I had to touch on that. I had to touch on that. That was ridiculous.
Um. Yeah. Logic. I like Logic, but he's not Ghostface.
Get the fuck out of here.
Okay. No. No. That don't even sound right. I mean, the little freestyle he did was okay. I didn't think it was great. I'm like, I seen people making a big thing out of it. I'm like, for what? I'm like, Method Man that's still Method Man's song. You know that Method Man ripped that song better than the Logic would ever do it.
Get the
You know,
fuck out of here.
what I'm saying. This is what I mean about our icons dying and that void being filled. Because without Michael, you see how bad pop music is. Without Biggie and Pac, you see how bad rap is. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna get worse. Like all of the legends are dying. There's nobody to teach these kids the right way to do shit, and music is suffering from it.
Y'all niggas need to take a chair, tie a rope up to some kind of platform you got, and jump.
Oh
Get
man.
the fuck out of here. Nothing but nerves. Like Steve Urkel's took over the world, my nigga. Like dead ass.
Uh huh.
Say that in 1996 in my projects. Niggas will stomp you out.
Right.
Get the fuck out of here. Niggas is whack, son. Like,
Yeah.
and I'm the type of nigga who say I do respect opinions, but not that one. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I never heard that before. Logic is nicer than Ghostface. Wow.
You
That's
need some
crazy.
help. But it's a
Yeah.
little white boy. Don't wonder why.
That's crazy.
And nothing against white people, but
Yeah.
come on, little nerd ass nigga. Come on.
This is why we do what we do, because we gotta school these kids on who Ghostface really is. Like you obviously he missed out on the classic stuff he released. You definitely
No,
got to.
he was bigging them up, saying, "Oh, Ghostface got two undeniable classics and all this shit."
We definitely got to do a Ghostface discography for kids like that.
Dumb kids.
They don't know. When you can
Logic
say,
is way better.
I'm just wrong with you. You know.
Yeah, man. R.I.P. Michael Jackson, man.
Yes.
Hero of mine,
Definitely.
icon, legend. Happy birthday. Wish you was still here. You know,
Yeah. Definitely.
we do this for the real folk, not these crazy little niggas.
Right. Mike was just that. He was so iconic that he it was bound to happen. He was bound to have like people trying to emulate him. You know, whether it was Chris Brown or Marion or whoever. You know what I'm saying? Justin Timberlake. You know. Yeah, they're good artists, but they're not Michael. You know.
Hell no.
Yeah.
Niggas said they can rate artists. Yeah, you niggas like 16. Fuck out of here. Y'all niggas little niggas.
Man.
Isn't it crazy? When I was 16,
Yeah.
I was all about respecting my legends, man. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like,
Right.
even if you're giving him props, you're still gonna say Logic is better.
Right.
That is fucking retardation
Yeah,
at
that
its
doesn't make
finest.
sense. Doesn't make sense. You know.
I'm baffled.
It's baffling shit nowadays, yo.
Oh yeah.
There's no guidance for for this generation. You know what I'm saying? It's like when where there are no legends, there's it's anarchies. There's no guidance for them, so they don't know how to do shit the right way or how to think the right way. They say crazy shit like that out their mouth and think that they right.
They little niggas. Oh, this nigga 15-year-old, son. It's in his
Yeah,
bio. He's 15.
yeah.
No wonder
I,
why.
I, I didn't expect that from somebody his age. So you know,
That is baffling.
it's a whole different era. When I was 15, I knew who the legends was. I wasn't gonna say, oh well, Smith and Wesson is better than Run DMC. You know what I mean?
Oh, you can go with that though. That makes sense. This the logic. Fuck no.
Right.
You know.
You know what I mean? And even now, like though, this whole wave of these kids talking about they think Pac is not overrated, man. Every accolade Pac got, he deserved. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? I don't know how people can sit up there and be like, "Oh, well, Drake and J. Cole and Kendrick is better than Pac." No, they fucking not.
Oh hell.
No, they're not. I will gladly tell any of them to their face, "You're not better than Pac, J. Cole. You're not better than Pac, Kendrick. You're not better than Pac,
Oh,
Drake."
I would.
I have no problem saying that to them. You know what I'm saying? I'll fucking make a post about that and tag them in it, each of them, and
Oh, I
make
know
sure that
you would.
I have no problem. You already know, man. No problem doing that.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I like J. Cole, Kendrick. I fuck with them. I like Drake's early shit. I don't care for his shit now, but he's definitely him. Of all people, is definitely not on Pac level. I don't care what they say. I'm like, these kids need to really go back and they don't study history. No, they have no knowledge of the past. They want to be the future, but you have no knowledge of your past. You cannot sit there and say like Drake is better than Pac or Pac is overrated. Overrated how? In what way? He accomplished a lot more, and he's dead compared to a lot of these other artists will ever accomplish. You know what I mean? Like I don't get that. Like overrated where? Somebody have to like really point out their reasons for why they think Pac is overrated. I want some proof, not just shit talking.
Facts, yo.
You know what I'm saying? That man is a legend.
And niggas think they can talk to anybody they want to like
Yeah.
that too. These little niggas, man.
I just ignore them. When I see shit like that and they tag me in it, I just block them because I'm not gonna be arguing with no 15-year-old. Sorry, I got better shit.
Wow, this nigga's a faggot. Deletes my shit. Get the fuck out of here, you clown
Yeah.
ass nigga.
They don't want to know their truth is different from our truth. Their truth is convoluted. So when
Oh
you're
yeah,
15-year old, you don't want to hear nobody what people got to tell you. You want to be hard headed and be stubborn and not do your homework on shit. And in this day and age, there's way too many outlets out there to do your history on shit, and instead of coming out and saying ignorant, stuff like that.
this
You
ignorant.
know,
It is ignorant. It's absolutely retarded. Yo.
Just say that you love Logic. You prefer Logic. That's all you got to say. Just say that you prefer Logic over Ghostface. You cannot sit there and say Logic is better than Ghostface. He's not.
Oh hell no.
And I like Logic. I like his music, and I'll be the first to tell you he ain't better than Ghostface.
That's why you will be getting those CDs shipped to you very soon.
Hey, I have no problem with that because I know like we're not all gonna like the same artist. I love Justin Timberlake, and I know you hate him. You know
Oh yeah.
what I'm saying?
Oh, I'm
But
pretty sure there's stuff that I like that I know you wouldn't like
right,
ICP and shit. So that's not going to
yeah,
bother me whatsoever.
exactly. But you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I dig Logic's music, but he's not better than Ghostface. I'm pretty sure if Logic is a real motherfucker, he'll tell you himself, I ain't better than Ghostface. You know what I'm saying? But I understand these teenagers, like we all were teenagers at one point. So
Yeah, niggas on that fucking funny juice, man.
yeah, you know what I mean? And this is why we do what we do. It's necessary because we have to teach this young generation about their past, because they don't know it. And they're not gonna learn it on Instagram.
Oh hell no, little niggas got a lot to learn, man.
You wanna know about Ghostface? Google Wikipedia Ghostface Killer and listen to his albums. Iron Man, Supreme Clientele, one of his best albums ever. Probably some would argue his best album in his discography. You know,
Oh yeah,
Bulletproof Wallet. The Pretty Tony album, Fish Scale, More Fish. Sour Soul with Apollo
I
Brown.
love
Like,
Big Dog Rehab is incredible too. I
yeah.
fucking love that album.
I think to me, Ghostface is the most consistent Wu member in the clan. I feel like he put the Wu on his back in 2000 when Supreme Clientele came out, and he was the only one that was dropping consistent shit from that group because it wasn't Method Man. Method Man got one classic album, and he had maybe two solid albums after that. The rest of the shit is garbage to me. You know what I'm saying? He's always been underrated. It's same thing with Inspector Deck. Same thing with Killer. Same thing with Capadonna. They've always been underrated artists. Ghostface is that one member that he put out consistent shit time and time again, all the time. And after him, I would say Raekwon. You know,
I
but
love Ray.
yeah, you know what I'm saying. But it's like, you got to do your research, man, before you come out and say ignorant shit like that.
Crazy shit, man.
Yeah,
His era is just totally
yeah.
shit. It
It's,
really is.
it's, it's not the same, yo. It's like this is why we have people that stay stuck in the 90s. I'm one of those people because the shit that's out now is garbage
It is.
all across the board. It's not just rap. It's in rock. It's in R&B. It's in reggae. All across the board, like the genres are bad.
We
Might be
got
one or two
really open niggas, but still.
that's good, but everybody else is coming out with the same shit, doing the same fucking thing. Nobody's trying to be innovative like Michael or Prince or Madonna. They're all doing the same shit and they riding that wave. Griselda, as far as rap, Griselda is that collective that's doing they remind you of the 90s because they're doing different shit. They're not doing no fucking trap shit out here like everybody else. They're doing real authentic hip hop. That's why I fuck with them. I didn't jump on the wave like everybody else. Oh, let's do a 2-minute review on Griselda. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, fuck all that. That's whack.
That's not real. That's a fucking dick rider.
Mm-hmm.
Want to do away with something that's trendy and hot.
Hate
You know
niggas
what I'm
like
saying?
that.
I fuck with Griselda because they remind me of the '90s. They remind me of, you know what I'm saying? And they all can spit. There's not a weak link in that bunch.
Facts.
And they have gritty production. That's like that the type of production that Devin just do. I can easily see any fucking spitting on that shit. Mike
Oh yeah.
Geronimo, fucking AZ, anybody from the '90s with Royal Flush, anybody could have rocked with those Devin beats.
Hell yeah.
That's why I fuck with them. I don't fuck with them because people these fucking culture vultures and hipsters want to jump on the wave and shit now. I don't know what that is, man.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a boom bap head. I'm from the boom bap era. I don't know what it is to be a culture vulture or hipster.
Hey yo, try. Can you hold the chat down?
Yeah,
All right, just gotta run to the bathroom.
yeah, no doubt. Do your
I
thing.
love. Yeah, I'll be back.
Mhm. I'm from that era, man. I'm from the '80s era. We didn't. There was no culture vultures and hipsters back then, man. Not in hip hop. All these motherfuckers now wanna claim Griselda this, Griselda that, but you listening to fucking Little Yachty and Chief Keef. That's fake, yo. Niggas is not real with they self. You know. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I love Kendrick stuff. I love J. Cole, but the majority of these other niggas out here is gotta go, man. Like, it's terrible. All across the board, every genre is suffering, man. Rock is suffering. You got these rock groups like Weezer and fucking Linkin Park and 30 Seconds to Mars trying to do trap shit. They trying to do like fucking trap pop. It sounds terrible. I don't want to hear Jared Leto over a trap beat. It doesn't sound right, yo. Everybody trying to jump on that trap shit. Reggae is suffering. There's nobody makes real reggae music anymore. Everybody trying to do fucking reggae pop or some shit. Reggae, electronic reggae or some shit. You know, R&B is suffering. Like, where's the real singers at in R&B? You know what I mean? Like, using auto tune, using a device to, for your voice and think you a singer. That's not doing that. Ain't real singing, man. We don't have no more Donald Jones or no more John B's. There's no more Maxwell's. Like, we actually need these people to come out more often with shit because R&B is suffering too. Pop music is suffering. Got all these one hit wonders out here. They ain't nothing good about them. BB Rexha, I can't fuck with her. Camila Cabello, can't fuck with her. These niggas is around for one hit and that's it. Like, in 5 years, you ain't never gonna hear about them ever again. You know, that's why I stay with my old school shit, man. I'm an old school head. I don't give a fuck. Old head, whatever you want to say, man. That's me. That's when the music was classic and it was timeless. Not like this shit that's out now. That's just how I am. I'm not gonna fucking adapt to no times and shit. Fuck all that. Everybody else wanna, they all wanna adapt to the times and front like you like this new shit. That's you. I ain't fucking with it. You know, like this is what happens when legends die off. It's like when Michael is not here and Prince and Aretha Franklin and Whitney Houston and Big Pun and Big L, Pac, Big. When all of these legends die off, it's like this is what happens. The music suffers because there's nobody, there's no leaders here no more to steer this young generation into the right direction. And I'm disgusted by it. I really am. This is why we do what we do. We can put knowledge in these kids, like, yo, like, pick up a Ghostface album, listen to that, listen to Iron Man, listen to Supreme Clientele. You can't sit up here and say, oh, Logic is better than Ghostface. You know what I mean? I fuck with Logic. I thought Everybody album was dope. I like his stuff. I like Bobby Tarantino mixtapes. I might be the only one on this panel I like Logic, but I'll ride with that because I'm true to myself and who I like. So yeah, I like Logic stuff, but he's not better than Ghostface, man. I don't think he'll ever be better than Ghostface. That's just me, you know. Yeah, Daniel Caesar is dope. I fuck with him. You know, there's some exceptions. You know, there's some people as that I like. You know, as far as like R&B, like, Daniel Caesar, and I love Frank Ocean. I love The Weeknd. Sam Smith, Adele, Jesse Ware, Ed Sheeran. There's you know The R&B is so convoluted now too. It's like a lot of like back in the day, you didn't have genres crossing over. Now in this era, all of the genres cross over into each other. So Frank Ocean is not just an R&B artist. The Weeknd is not just an R&B artist. So it's like Ro James. Even Ro James, I love his stuff, but you know he I don't want to say he's like a pure R&B artist because he has elements of rock and hip hop in his music too. You know what I'm saying? But the rest of them, I can't listen to that shit, yo. I can't. I grew up on real singers. I grew up on you know in my house it was Aretha Franklin and Luther and all the greats, and I can't listen to the crap that's out now. You know, you know what I'm saying? So it's just different. It's a different era. You know what I mean? And there's good music out there, but you got to find it because they're not all being you know out in the open like that. It's like it's like a treasure hunt. It's like you got to find what you're looking for. If you want to find gold, you got to search for it nowadays. It's not they're not being all being promoted. You know, Daniel Caesar. How many people know about Daniel Caesar? It's like you got to be a real music head to know who he is. A lot of people don't know he's not a household name like like a Beyonce, or like a R. Kelly. He's not out there like that. You got to like really search for Division, another R&B group I like. Magic Jordan, another R&B group I like. Like they're not being promoted out there like that. You know what I'm saying? So you know that's how it is with rap too. Like there's a crop of good MCs out in this era, but you got to find them because a lot of people they're not out there like that unless you a real hip hop head, you know, or you watch his show, you're not gonna know who Action Bronson is. He's not a household name, or Mayhem Lauren, or Rock Marcy. So I'm not, you know, I'm not putting down everybody. I'm just putting down the main shit that's out there, the trap shit that I can't fuck with. And unfortunately the trap shit has trickled over into other genres of music. I don't want to hear 30 Seconds to Mars do trap shit. That's not their thing. I don't want to hear Weezer do trap shit. That's not their thing. I don't want to hear Maroon 5 do trap shit. That's not their thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, can you imagine if for a group for like that, Mike listens to death metal. Can you imagine if any of his death metal? bands did trap, like with trap metal, that would sound terrible. You know what I'm saying? Like I just feel like there's a problem with that, and that's the labels, riding that, the artists and the labels riding that wave of what's hot and what's trendy now, and I just think it sucks. And I think there's nobody's original anymore. Everybody's riding that wave, trying to make a name for themselves. I just think it's terrible. Back in the '90s, everybody had their own style. Smith and Wesson was different from Helter Skelter. You know, and Dot X was different from Diamond D. Everybody was different. Everybody had their own style. Nobody was trying to copy off of the other one. You know, and that's how it was. Like Michael is in a lane for he's in his own lane. Like nobody at that time was trying to be like Mike. Mike wasn't trying to be like nobody else. Neither was Prince. Neither was Madonna. Neither was Cyndi Lauper or Elton John or Tina Turner. Peter Gabriel. He had his own lane. Nobody was trying to be like him. Everybody had their own style, and I don't feel like in this day and age we have that. I feel like it's too many copycats. You know what I'm saying? And that's the main thing that has to change. You know, because this era will never be like the golden era because of shit like that. Because there's not enough. There's no originality. You know, there's a lot of copycats and people doing the same things over and over again. That's why I stopped listening to Drake. I can't fuck with Drake. Drake say to do the same shit. Like I loved his earlier stuff. So Far Gone, Thank Me Later, Take Care. Nothing Was the Same. I love those albums. I don't like his shit now. I feel like it's the same old shit. Just like Nicki's, the same old thing with him with her. You know what I'm saying? And when you do that, it's like you tune me out. It's like I can't fuck with you. I gotta tune you out after a while. It's like you lost me, you know? And I don't care for this shit now. I really don't. Not right now. You know? Yeah. I mean, there's some artists I gotta check out. This Daniel son guy. I want to check his shit out, and I gotta listen to that Knowledge the Pirate shit. But if it ain't Griselda shit, I don't really see nobody else that's really doing that's really out there like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, yeah, it's mostly the underground shit that's really popular. The underground shit was always like that though. Like way back, underground shit was always thriving with like different artists, and they just didn't get heard enough. I feel like that's what they got to do, man. So I'm all for the underground and the indie artists, and people that's working, trying to make a difference. You know, I feel like we got to do a tribute episode to every fallen legend or artist that meant a lot to us. Not just Aaliyah was just that came out of the blue, and I feel like we have to do something for Michael also because it's Michael. I didn't want to wait till next year to do something for him. I feel like on his birthday we got to talk about the legend. We doing something for Pac on September 13th. We're gonna do the Pac on discography and talk about his releases, the unreleased stuff. The what Pac meant to you know meant to hip hop. You know what I mean? And it's only right. You know. I want to do one for Heavy D when his anniversary comes up in I think November it is. At some point, I want to, I never hear nobody talk about Heavy D stuff. I want to do something for Heavy D. Artists like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, even Tina Marie or Luther Van or Joe Levert, whoever that's coming up in the next couple of months. Like, you gotta touch on those artists. You know. So yeah, it's just something I thought about, and I wanted to do it because it's Mike, and I love Mike. That's my favorite artist of all time in any genre, and I feel like it was only right to do this episode for Mike. I'm sorry the other guys couldn't be on it. Shout out to Murder Lab and Cold Chillin' and MC Talk. That's the crew. We couldn't be here, but they always welcome to share they memories and thoughts on Michael. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like we have to do it now. I just feel like it's only right. I didn't want to wait another day, or we got something special coming tomorrow. So you know, I don't want to talk about that too much. But we're doing something special for tomorrow. What up? What up, Break Digger? Yeah, I agree. I can't listen to Cardi B. I can't listen to Nicki. It's all the same shit. I really don't care to listen to any stuff. Now, I tried to give Nicki a listen in the beginning, but I feel like after the Pink Friday, I just felt like after the second album, I just felt like she was just doing the same old shit. Even now, I feel like she's doing the same old thing. I can't listen to her. You know, I don't like her attitude. This whole she's the queen and she just acts arrogant now. I don't like that. I feel like because she has no reason to act arrogant. Like you haven't accomplished a lot. You haven't been put on the same level as Queen Latifah or MC Light to act like that in the first place. So I just don't like that. I haven't listened to the radio since the I want to say the state property beef with Nas and the Breakforce. That was like oh something. I forgot. That's the last time I listened to radio. I haven't listened to radio since then. You're not missing nothing from the radio anyway. Like radio is just gonna play and shit. You know what I'm saying? They're just gonna play crap. So you're not missing nothing from radio. You know, it's easier to just look online for what you want. I don't ever let radio dictate my taste in music. You know? I think college radio was the shit back in the '90s. That's where I used to listen to all the underground shit that I wanted to listen to. But we don't have that no more. So everything is a podcast or Spotify or whatever now. So we don't have like the classic college radio shows like we used to. You know. My favorite Michael Jackson performance. Oh man, um, that's a good question, Swizz. I think it would be the Motown. What was that? think it was like the Motown anniversary, like 30th anniversary or some shit. I forgot what anniversary. I know it was from Motown. It came on like back in the day when Michael first performed Billie Jean, and he had like the black sequin sweater on with the sequin glove and the socks, and he did the moonwalk on like national TV for the first time. Like I think it was that performance because that was like the first time like he did Billie Jean on TV, and people was hyped for it. Like you could like the buzz was in the air for that. So I remember being a kid and watching that the Motown anniversary special. I forget how many years it was. I want to say 30 years, but I'm not sure. But yeah, that one was like memorable. And the Super Bowl when he did the Super Bowl halftime show. I forgot for which one it was though. But that was like one of the best Super Bowl halftime shows ever. Him and Prince had some of the best ones. Bobby Valentino. Bobby is a good singer. I didn't like all of his albums because like of the trend at that time. Like I think I think some of these singers can sing. It's just that the production is it don't it's very trendy. It's very like now like I don't think you can pop in any Bobby Valentino album in like 10 years and be like, oh, this was great music. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like the overall like feeling with a lot of these artists. Like they don't have nothing that's long lasting, nothing that's timeless. And when you have artists like Michael and Prince and Madonna, like their albums are still timeless to this day. It's like I don't think any of these singers will have timeless music like that. You know what I mean? So Bobby was a good singer. I just didn't like a lot of his albums like that. Like his songs was cool, but I didn't care for his albums. You know, um, as far as like the Michael Jackson stuff after he died, I don't listen to that stuff. Like the Escape album, and I have one of them, but I got one of them for Christmas. So I just have that in the collection sitting there, but I don't like it, none of like when it comes to like posthumous releases. I don't care for that stuff. I love the stuff that the artist actually recorded and was actually there for. You know what I'm saying? Like unless it's like unreleased stuff that's untouched and they release it. But a lot, nowadays they don't do that. Like most of the time when they release these artists' work after they die, they mess with either they mess with the music or the vocals or something, the title of the song. I don't like all that. So I don't listen to Michael stuff after Invincible. Like it's everything before Invincible. After Invincible, I don't listen to stuff like that. So
Yeah, it's on the side. Yeah, right here.
Frank Sinatra, I never like listened to Frank like that. Like I know of him. My grandparents was into Frank Sinatra. I know like a couple of his songs, like I did it my way, shit like that. But I'm not like a Frank Sinatra fan. You know what I'm saying? I actually saw the original Ocean's 11. I want to say because the original had Frank Sinatra in it. I saw the original like years ago on cable, but other than that, I don't have like no Frank Sinatra albums or nothing like that. I mean, not at some point maybe I will. Like I never can rule out shit. So it's like maybe in a couple years I'll be like I could be able to have that discussion with you, Big Digger, and say like, yo, like Frank Sinatra album was dope, and this one I didn't really care for, and you know what I mean? So I listened to but the only one I listened to was I didn't know how many releases does Big L have after he died. I mean, I only thought the Big Picture was the only one. I haven't listened to anything else after that. You know, like in the Big Picture that had like unreleased tracks and stuff, like freestyles and stuff. So I thought that was dope. I loved you know Flamboyant, that song. The Bonics, I think that's a classic. Size 'em Up. Uh, the track with Debbie combination with Tupac, and I actually heard the original. That's not like even a full song. It's like I think it was like a freestyle with like they had like other artists on that, and they just cut it to like a song with him and Pac. And The Enemy, that was great. I remember that song from the DITC album. But I don't haven't listened to anything else other than the Big Picture. So I don't know how many other stuff they have out with L on it. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Like Sean Price. I didn't. The Sean Price album was dope. I gotta probably hear it more often. I really loved Jesus Christ Superstar and the Monkey Bars album. Those were my favorites. But anything Sean Price is on, I listen to because that was like one of my favorites. My favorite artists. So, but yeah, you're right. Like you popping the artist album 10 years later after it dropped is like, you know what I'm saying? Uh, I agree. I agree. Like I gotta check that. Blake Griffin. I didn't know that. I just feel like it's a shame. Like when you come out with like a release after that artist die. I mean, like I said, like unless it's like original music that goes untouched and they just release it, like that's dope. But when they start messing with these people's like music, yeah, I just gotta talk about
I'm back, nigga.
yeah.
Yeah. See, I agree that Pierce Rex is fire. It's done very well.
Right,
A lot of that shit was recorded when he was alive.
right,
No mixed up bullshit. So
yeah,
the packaging for that is beautiful. Like that's one of the greatest hip hop booklets of all time. Like dead
right.
ass.
Which one?
Top three, Imperious Rex.
Oh yeah, I see. I don't have the physical for that. Okay,
I don't know how many pages it is, but it is thick.
right.
And you get a lot of pictures of Sean
That's dope.
with his family, with the boot camp niggas.
Right.
It's really dope, yo.
Well, I know his wife worked on the album too, so that's probably why it's like that.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, that's dope. I like to see stuff like that, so you know,
Same.
definitely got to get that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Nah, but they were just saying like, do you like the posthumous releases from artists and stuff like that?
Oh yeah. Well, Pierce Rex for one.
Right.
Love that. It's probably the best in my opinion. The big. I don't consider Machiavelli and Land for the Dead posthumous. No,
Right.
technically it is. They dropped after their
But he,
death.
right, but he actually recorded that though. He recorded that
Yeah.
album.
And they actually had the
Yeah.
CDs in their hand, looking at the artwork.
Right. Right.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
That
Like,
picture you sent me, I was like, yo, that would have been a crazy like back album cover.
yeah, that big and puffy with
Puffy.
the fucking
Yeah.
tutu on.
That shit was crazy.
But Papa G was like, "Don't put that on the bag." You know?
Right. He didn't want to offend them.
Yeah.
He's the only one. He's the only smart one over there at Death Row.
Or Papa G. Yep, light skinned nigga.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, man. The Left of the Dead dropped the same month Biggie died, so that shit's like it's not no
But
posthumous album.
but
In
but
my
but you see, but that the album was already finished. Like
yeah.
when Biggie died, Puff rushed it out. But it was already. I don't think it wasn't supposed to come out in March though.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it was supposed to come out in March. It was he only sped it up because of what happened to Big. Like it wasn't planned to come out. They wasn't planning on
Yeah,
coming.
but listen to the interview with Joe Clare, right?
Uh,
It's on Left of the Dead. He's like, I got a double CD drop on March 25th. That's what he said.
I didn't know that because like
Yeah.
from what I heard, like they said like it was like Puff actually like changed the release date to March 25th. I don't think it was supposed to come out originally in March. So I don't
Yeah,
know.
who knows? But I remember that on the interview. It's on the first disc of
Right. Okay.
Left of the Dead,
Okay.
number 13. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Fucking y'all don't consider those posthumous out. Like the big picture
Right.
and Imperious Rex, yes. Not
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah. Not
those
Life After
albums.
Death. Yeah.
No. All
And that
Machiavelli.
right. But it actually was like I remember when like I don't definitely meant to come out because like I remember even when he was doing the Junior Mafia album, he was working on Life After Death too. And they talked about like and you know he already had the title planned out. Like just think like the buzz for that album was crazy and
Bro.
like just thinking about what you read from that album, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So yeah, so he was working on that for a minute. So like we already knew about that album coming out and Pop was of course in the studio. He was always coming out with projects.
Yeah, man. He was locked in that bitch.
Yeah, the One Nation album was planned too. It didn't get a chance to come out on Death Row.
Or
But he had tracks already like lined up for the One Nation. He already like all those unreleased tracks you hear with Boot Camp and with Greg Nice, those are all from the One Nation album.
the quality of that shit is terrible. They'll probably clean it up on One Nation, but
Yeah.
those Machiavelli tapes.
Horrid.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Horrid. Yeah, a lot of them wasn't mastered, wasn't mastered yet, and you know, there was some of them like they were like verses missing and shit.
Yeah, man.
You know, I still love it though. Fuck all that.
Oh, I'm with you, man. You know how happy I am to have that?
Yeah, it's just the way that they are, the rawness of it. I still love them, man. Like they would have been future hits for Pac if he released those.
I made my own covers for a lot of them shit. Like, they look pretty dope too. You know?
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man.
Edited software and I did that shit.
Right. Yeah, a lot of them didn't have no covers with them.
Yeah, man.
When I bought them, I like Machiavelli, like Machiavelli 3 and 4 and 5, like they didn't have no covers. It was just like the blank CD, the CD in a blank jewel case.
My favorites is probably 2, 3, and 4.
Oh yeah,
Probably.
the best.
Yeah.
Cause he had like the joint with Quick Late Night. Love that song. Classic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you know, Fade Me and you know, Street Fame, all that.
Coming through with it in there, you.
Yeah, man. A drunk freestyle, dude.
Love that.
All that shit, man. All that shit we're gonna talk about on the park or discography.
Oh yeah, we're gonna dig deep into the Machiavelli
Yes,
tape.
yes,
You dig?
definitely.
You got a patch probably on. That's why, dog.
You
Yeah, that Fire Pro Wrestling game is fire. I wish I had PS4, Chris, man.
know? I listen. I barely play my Xbox One now. I gotta like really dig deep into that
Oh
shit.
yeah, I forgot that shit. You told me that night. My bad. Yeah,
I
yeah,
got like
yeah.
tons of games that I haven't finished, and I don't know because like I'm really I have my issues with Xbox One right now, so I don't know. I don't know how long if I'm gonna keep it forever. I don't know because I don't feel like they're coming out with like quality games for the system like they did with the 360. You know,
Yeah,
I feel like it's like the same thing. Like, okay, we got a next gen system. We're gonna put out next gen Madden, next gen 2K, next gen Call of Duty. Like the same. It's the same shit. It's like I want different games for next gen console. I don't want to be buying the same shit for another console.
super facts.
You know what I mean? And we already been through that shit already in the past. And I just like at this point I don't know like that. I think that's another reason why I haven't been playing because I'm just like bored with what's out there right now.
I feel you. I'm playing all the old games, man. I got all the Rockstar shit on the PS4. I got the Warriors, San Andreas, Vice City, Grand Theft Auto 3. I got fucking
Yeah.
Well, not Mafia 2. I wish Mafia 3.
Uh
But
huh.
that's not old. That's kind of new. Fuck. What else?
That Warriors game I finished in 2 days
Oh,
on the PS2.
love it.
Love that game, and it stays true to the movie. That's one of the best movie games ever, and nobody talks about that game.
I'm with you. The Rockstar is one of the greatest developers ever.
Yeah, because you know how like it's you know how like it's very they have a bad history of movie games. You know what I'm saying? Like the transition is not good at all. But that's one of the most enjoyable movie games that I've played.
Right.
I'm saying like I could play that like forever. You
I'm with
know?
you, bro. I love that fucking game.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
like
a big '70s movie buff too, and that's one of the greatest '70s movies. '79 that dropped for New
definitely.
York, grimy New York. You know what I mean?
Yes, definitely. I love the way that they captured the essence and put it in that game. You know,
Yeah, man.
and that's something that they you can't find in today's games. You know what I'm saying? Like when they do a game based off of a movie, they don't. It's usually not like that.
Yeah,
You know,
facts though.
we definitely got to do something about that. Like top 10 movie games of all time or something, or top five. Or, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, yeah, hell yeah.
Definitely, that would
I'll put a little. Oh, go ahead.
that would be fun because I've played a lot of movie games like on different systems. You know.
Yeah, and I'll give a little motherfucking spoiler.
Yeah.
Batman Returns for Super Nintendo is going to be on there. I fucking love that.
I never played that one.
Oh, it's fire.
Yeah, I gotta play that. You know. Yeah, definitely gotta do some video game shit.
Oh yeah, I'm down, son.
Yeah.
The wrestling games too, because I did it on my channel, but
Right.
still would talk about that.
Yeah, that's my favorites too. You know what I'm saying? They are like in the 2000s. I think some of the best wrestling games ever came out. You know, that's all I wanted to play on when I had PlayStation 2. I just wanted to play that and NBA Street and
Oh yeah,
WWE.
Here Come the Pain is fire, man.
Oh God, classic.
Love Here Comes the Pain. Brock Lesnar on the cover.
Yeah, the
I remember
Steven Code was great. Everything.
Rey Mysterio when he had the
Right,
gold joint on. Like that's the first time he was ever in a WWE game.
right. And
Love
that's
that.
that's when Lesnar first came into the WWE. You know, like he was still
Yeah,
young and hungry. He had a lot to prove. You know.
the Ruthless Aggression era, which is like
Yeah,
2001 up to
yeah,
no, not bad, 2002 up to like '06, '07. I would say that's one of the greatest eras, man.
definitely,
I love that.
definitely. You know that
I think of that era.
that's the last great era of wrestling.
Oh yes, hands down. Like, I know
Yeah.
CM Punk was great.
Yes.
Daniel Bryan was great,
Yes.
but they were in a shitty era, unfortunately.
There was. There was.
Yeah,
But they made it exciting, like especially see the way that CM Punk, his personality and him saying whatever he wanted to on the mic, he was fun to watch every Monday night. That's why I still continue to watch it because of CM Punk because he carried that company on his back when nobody else
that's the,
was like when Triple H was gone, everybody else was gone.
that's the only reason why I watched it for him
Yeah,
and Daniel Bryan.
Danny Bryan,
Other
right,
than that, I'm a big
right,
fan of that. The NXT 2014, they came out.
right.
That's better than the main roster, like hands
Yeah,
fuck. It's like two different companies. It's almost
it
like
is. It is.
it is absolutely
Yeah,
fantastic. It's almost like you're watching the
right,
Attitude Era, the Loose Aggression Era. That's what it feels
right.
like, yo.
It's true.
You know,
I agree. I
me and my
agree.
mom be like, oh, we don't do that shit back for the main roster.
Right.
That's a good feeling, man.
Yes, it is. It
Surprises
is.
happen, niggas turn heel.
Right.
You know, it's dope, man.
That's what happened. That's what used to happen on WCW. You
That's
know.
that. Yeah, hell yeah. That's all because of Paul Levesque, Triple
Right.
H.
Right. Yeah.
William Regal's a big part of that. The success of
Yeah.
NXT.
William Regal. That's right.
I heard, my uncle said Shawn Michaels is a part of that shit too. Like, he helps out, you know,
Right. Yeah. Sean is going to be at Raw next week.
to promote that goddamn
Right.
house show, right?
Yeah, and that's what I don't get. Like they're promoting that more than they're promoting Hell in a Cell. That's next pay per view.
It is.
Yeah, that's September. So I don't understand why they put that. The Super Show ain't until October.
That's a fucking month away. Jesus
I don't get
Christ.
that.
I don't get
I
it
don't,
either, bro.
I don't get that.
I'm not gonna lie. It's probably gonna be the same motherfucking game, right?
Right. Right.
But I'm semi excited for WWE 2K19. Semi
Right.
excited.
Because of the NXT roster.
Oh yeah, I want to play with Adam Cole and the Velveteen Dream and
Right.
Gargano. Even though Gargano, I played him last year, but
Yeah.
I want that shit.
Right.
2K18, I did not like at all, man. I'm not gonna lie.
I haven't played it.
Oh, it's not that good. Me and it's just like
uh,
I'm fucking turning those reversals off
oh God.
because it goes too soon, too fast. I'm like, nigga,
Right.
I timed it correctly, you cocksucker.
Yeah. I hate that. I hate
Yeah,
that.
they didn't do that shit. No mercy.
Every little move counts because if you too late, you could lose that match.
Yeah,
You know
too
what I'm
late.
saying? I hate that. It
How
needs to just be simple.
much?
It needs to just like this is why I feel like booklets went out of style with games because it like before it was simple. Now it's like everything is like too coordinated and too planned out. And it's like when you're a kid and if you're like a 10, 11 years old, you want to play a wrestling game, you want it to be simple. You don't want to have to, go by some meter or it's too late or it's too fat. Like, come on.
Yes, fuck all that.
You know what I mean? Back in
You
the day,
reverse.
it was like when you playing back in the day when you playing Mike Tyson Punch Out, it was very simple.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You didn't have all these different controls and you gotta use this, the upper control and the side control, and it was just very simple. Punch, block, move out the way, you know what I mean? Jump. You know what I'm saying? If you don't block, you're gonna get hit with Tyson's uppercut.
And
You know what I'm
also
saying?
fucked up.
Right,
I be on the forums and niggas be like bitching about that.
right,
The 2K developers, they be in the forums going, we'll fix it. We'll fix
right.
right.
Yeah,
Comes out and it's still there. I don't get that.
right.
Too fast.
Everything was more simple back in the day. Everything now is you need like a guide for the controller. Not even a guide for the game. You need a guide for the controller first.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? When you play Call of Duty, if you're not accustomed to playing Call of Duty, you got to start from the beginning because just jumping into Call of Duty game, you will lose if you don't know what buttons to push. It's more than just shooting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At this point, it's more than just shooting. They want you to fucking run a marathon while you're shooting at the enemy.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? It's just too much. It needs to be just simplified where you play a wrestling game, you know what to do. Not all this meters and fucking attributes and all this shit.
too
You
much,
know?
man.
Yeah. Basketball, same thing. Like it needs to be simplified. You dunk, you shoot, you pass, alley oop. That's it. Not all this other back screen and like. Come on, man. Who got time for all that?
You know, they want to add new
Yeah,
features and all that
I feel like
goofy
I'm a
shit.
coach. Like just looking through the different like offensive plays and stuff. I feel like I'm a coach. Where's the give me the coaching book and shit.
Yeah,
You know?
word,
It's
yo.
just too much, yo. You know, if you playing Mortal Kombat, you got to learn all the different fatality moves and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, it's just crazy.
Yeah, you know.
You know Peyton Royce?
Yeah,
Oh my God, is she sexy?
yeah, definitely.
Oh, mm.
They're not using the Iconics right either.
No, NXT they were. Fuck ever.
Yeah, they need to go to NXT again because on SmackDown they're not using them right.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying?
Disgusting, yo.
I don't. Carmella's getting more promotion than Natalia, and Carmella is a horrible wrestler.
Oh, she is.
I don't like her at all. I'm like, how the fuck did she become Diva champ?
About fucking
There's,
time.
there's no like it's like they're trying to force feed these feuds down your throat, like Carmella against Charlotte. That shouldn't even be a feud,
I'm with you, bro.
you know? Like Baron Corbin against Finn Balor. That shouldn't even be a feud.
I don't like that.
Terrible.
The roster reveals finally coming out tomorrow. Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
I gotta see it definitely. I might have to post that on my page, yo.
About time. Jesus Christ.
I definitely want to see what they have.
No one better not be missing either. I'll be pissed.
Yeah, for real, right? Like,
Cause
like,
I almost go ahead.
yeah, like you know how they usually do. Like somebody's always a downloadable character, but they who I mean, other than Ronda Rousey, who else should be is going to be a downloadable character?
I know.
You know what I'm saying? Like I get Ronda because she was added like recently, but everybody else should be there. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
no new niggas that actually enter the company too late.
Yeah. What Powers
You
of
know what I
Pain?
mean?
When did they are they on it last year? Were they on it last year?
Powers of Pain?
Yeah.
You mean Authors of Pain, right?
Authors of Pain, my bad.
Yeah, yeah. Powers of Pain's Warlord and Barbarian from the 80s. But
Yeah, my bad.
yeah, no, it's all good. These niggas ain't memorable. Yeah,
I
they were
remember them I remember Powers of Pain in the first Survivor Series. I think they debuted in Survivor Series.
they were with Baron. What's that nigga with the hoodie name, Unc? Baron Van Roski. They with him first, yo. That nigga ain't
Right.
last long with them. And then
Right.
Fuji took him.
Who
Then
took them?
Fuji,
Yeah. Right.
yeah,
The Warlord and Barbarian.
yep, yep.
Terrible.
No, they were roided up niggas that couldn't work.
Yeah. They were trying to be like Demolition and they failed miserably.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Fucking this nigga, what's his nigga name, man? Oh yeah, the Authors of Pain. These niggas.
Right.
They were in last year. They were on
Okay.
disc last year. They weren't
Oh,
downloaded.
so what about the Revival? Were they in last year's one?
They were in last year as well. Yeah.
Okay. So then there's nobody to be. I mean, like I said, like Ronda's the only one that they announced that's gonna be a downloadable character. But other than that, everybody should be on the roster.
You know who should be downloaded though? A bunch of fucking legends.
I agree.
Yes,
Definitely.
I
I agree.
love that.
Right.
And I'm real meticulous when I play with the legends. Like the legends have to be in
Right.
the ring that they used to wrestle in the old school ring.
Right. Right.
I don't put Razor Ramon against AJ Styles. I put Razor Ramon
Right.
against Shawn Michaels from
Right.
1994. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm very meticulous. That's the way I like to play.
They,
You know what I mean?
they gotta have the right attire on.
Yes,
You
definitely.
know, all that.
Mm-hmm.
Even the announcers. I want to hear Gorilla Monsoon. Rest in peace to him. And Bobby the Brain Heenan. Rest in peace to him. I want to hear them.
They could easily take clips
Yeah,
Easily. They don't do that
right.
shit.
They were funny. Not like
Oh
these cats.
yeah.
I can't listen to fucking Michael Cole. He's not funny to me.
Oh, he's trash.
He's horrid. Bring back Jerry the King Lawler and the what's the Ross.
Yeah, JR, man.
They are, yeah. That's who I love. They were hilarious.
Yes.
You know.
Michael Cole got his job in like
Right.
'97. The nigga been there for 21 years,
Yeah,
son. Like,
yeah. But he's still not great.
hell no. I never liked him.
Never liked him. I remember when they tried to. I remember that time when they tried to have him wrestle to him. Like, what are they doing?
Yeah, 2011, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
It's
Like, what are
unforgettable.
they doing? Like, that's the angle, really?
And that match went so long. WrestleMania 27, I think.
Right. Right.
One of the worst wrestling matches of all time. It's terrible.
He was terrible for real.
Michael C wants to know your thoughts on WWE 12. I didn't like it.
I can't even remember that one. I played that one too, but I can't remember it.
Yeah,
Who's on the cover?
Randy, Randy Orton.
I did play that one. That one was it was decent. Like I said, like I like the like the user created wrestlers that different people created and shit. I would use those.
Yeah,
So I would like every
WWE
and you know
14 is
I
incredible.
yeah, and you know what's cool about that? They used like a lot of users they would like make like remember they would make like Santa Claus or they would make Spider Man or like different characters so that you can use as like a downloadable character.
That
So
was stupid as hell. I never
yeah,
downloaded that shit.
I used to use like I would use like Santa Claus in like different like special matches and I would use Spider Man or Venom or some shit like that.
Oh
You
yeah, you
know,
just had some fun and all that, but I never did
yeah.
that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I like the when they let like you can create like the your wrestling and stuff like that, but just the controls in itself like I said like SmackDown versus Raw 2009 was I mean not 2009 2007 was the worst one I ever played
You don't
because
like 2007?
was it 2007 or 2009? The one with Take on the cover with Cena?
2008? That
2008. I think yeah,
that's trash.
2008. That one was horrible. Like the gameplay was bad. Like it was slow. Like I
Yeah,
tried to use Eddie Guerrero and he was like walking slow. I'm like, what the fuck am I? What is this?
and it looked all dark and shit.
Yeah,
The color, I
yeah.
didn't like that.
I didn't like it at all. That's when they had that health meter and shit. I didn't like
Yes,
that.
I don't like
That
it.
was horrible.
2000, WWE 2K14, right?
Right.
By THQ, that is the greatest
Uh huh.
game of the 2Ks. That's
Who,
the
who who was on the cover of that one?
The Rock, but if you switch it over, it's Daniel Bryan.
I think I had
And
the one with the rock on it. Yeah.
the amount of legends are in there is
Yes.
astronomical.
Yeah. That was good. That was a good
Yoko,
one.
Diesel, Razor, Taker, Macho, a '94 Shawn Michaels. Come on, man.
Yeah. I still got
Razor,
one of them. I kept one because but they don't play it like they don't play on the Xbox One. That's the thing because like
yeah.
for some reason like certain games play on the Xbox One, but there's a lot of games that they haven't like made compatible. So unfortunately, like all the 2K stuff don't play on Xbox One.
I need to get a PS3 back. I need that
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
That fucking game, my nigga. You
Uh-huh.
know, me and my uncle was smiling like fucking Cheshire cats.
Right.
You know how long we wanted Razor in a fucking game, son? Like
Yes.
the
Yes.
last WWE game he was in was in 1990 fucking five.
Crazy.
When he came out in that game in 2013, I was ecstatic.
Yeah.
Diesel, come on, Diesel's been in the
Yeah.
WWF game since
For real.
Raw in
In a minute.
1984, son.
In a minute. Yep.
You know, I was so happy. That
Mm-hmm.
game, they need to follow that game. And I hate when they don't put Yoko in the game.
Right.
You can't create fat niggas, son.
Exactly.
Chubby niggas like that. But Yoko was huge. You can't make niggas like that in the game. I don't
Right.
know why.
He was huge, but he was fast.
Yeah. So
You know what I'm
Make Yoko, nigga. Like you
saying?
made
Yeah.
Yoko had been in the game since 2K14, man.
Crazy.
Hate that.
Crazy. I guess I don't know if they're trying to give everybody a fair shot at being in the game. Is that what it is?
But still, they be keeping this nigga Fujinami, that Japanese nigga that took on
Yeah.
Flair in '92 and WCW. Like, no one's gonna pick that nigga. But they get rid of X Pac and Roddy Piper. Yeah, that makes sense.
Right.
That is
We're-
stupid.
let's keep Funaki on the roster, but let's get rid of the legends.
Yeah, that's fucking.
Yeah.
That's stupid. And I think they do what I fucking hate is
Mm-hmm.
they get rid of oh no, not that, my bad. They had one legend, one new legend last year in the game.
Right.
Rick Martel, and that's it. I'm like, give me a fucking
I
break.
heard. I'm gonna have to go to GameStop and pick that up. I know. I'm sure it's cheap now. So
Yeah,
I want to play. Yeah, Victor. Remember when he was the arrogant Rick Martel,
I love that.
the model Rick Martel? Crazy.
Yeah,
He had a
yo,
good. But he never was heavyweight. He could have became heavyweight.
it was incredible. He was an in ring technician. You know what I
Definitely.
mean?
Definitely.
This
Slept
Fire
on
Pro
wrestling.
Wrestling game, right?
Oh,
This Fire Pro Wrestling game, you can have unlimited downloads
right.
you can have 2K19. You can only download 100. This game, it don't matter how many.
Right.
That's crazy.
Wow.
It is amazing. It looks like WrestleFest in '91. I don't know if you ever played that. It
Nah, never played it.
was like in an arcade. It was incredible. It's like Earthquake was in there, Demolition.
Right.
It was Smash and Crush though, because it came out in '91. That
Right.
game it looks like that, but like a 2018 version. It is incredible.
Right.
I think it's better than 2K19, and I haven't played that yet.
True.
But I'm not gonna lie, I'm low key excited. I want to know who's in here.
Yeah. Me too. I
That
think we
was
might
fun.
be the only, we might be the only ones left that's still low key excited about wrestling in this day and age, Joe.
Oh yeah, man, definitely. Especially like I don't like the roster. I'll be honest, I don't like the roster, but I still want to know who the fuck's in. Oh, no. What the fuck am I talking about? I love the roster. I don't like
Right.
the main product. I don't like it.
I love what I love about these games is like even though when you're really watching it, the matches might suck, but they don't have to suck when you play them in the video game version.
Super, man.
You can make
Super fast.
A WrestleMania type pay per view every time you play it. They don't Vince
What's
doesn't
wrong?
know how to utilize his roster. You know what I'm saying? It's like the fans. He needs input from the fans. You know? You know? Yeah,
Yeah, man. I'm with you. I'm with you, bro.
definitely.
Uh, there's one thing I wanted to complain about too, man.
Yeah.
It's like they don't, like I said, they keep the same
Oh,
stupid features and they don't even care.
right.
Like what we say, they don't give a fuck.
Right.
You know.
I
And
think like
what makes it more of an insult? Go
uh,
ahead.
no, I'm saying you know what these companies do is not that they're not aware of what to make better. It's that if they make everything better all at once, then they don't have nothing. It'll be every year. So I feel like see what how they do with Madden. Like every year they added something, a different feature. Like at one point it was like the QB vision, and they had like the stick, and you know what I'm saying. Like every year was something different because if they add everything in the game, then like it'll be nothing. It'll be the same game every year for people. So like, and some people would like that, but there's other people that look forward to like buying, this year's Madden and playing with that new feature. You know what
I'm
I'm
with
saying? Like if for WWE, for instance, like if they added, like I think they should add a legend, like the Legends roster with the current Raw and SmackDown and NXT roster. That way, you get to play with your legends from back in the day. You get to use that roster, but they won't do it because they want to every year. They'll have to add something new. They don't want to. They don't want to add everything all at once, where they won't have to add anything new every year. It'll be like the
you.
same boring.
The most disrespectful thing is though they be in the forums.
Right.
I be seeing them niggas in the forums, talking to niggas.
Right. They can easily do it. It's just that they won't. It'll be the same boring game every year if they don't add nothing new. So it gives somebody something to look forward to. Like, oh, well, they had in Ronda Rousey this year. Okay, next year who it'll be?
Yeah, they better have the undisputed era. You know they are, right?
Right,
Adam Cole and them niggas, like they better be in there, man.
right. And Sanity. You think they'll have Sanity on there?
Yeah, Sanity was last year.
Okay, okay. But
Last year was a pretty goddamn
they're not using
roster.
Sanity though. Even with Sanity, they brought Sanity over. They're not even using
What's up?
What up, bro?
How y'all living? How y'all living?
it.
Doing good. Can't wait. Friday can't come fast enough.
Is that Reg?
No. Yeah, that's Reg. Yeah, I
I don't
invited
see
him.
him.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
I see him.
I don't see him on the thing. Oh, okay, there he is.
I
Yeah.
was just wondering if it's too late. I can just run down my thoughts on the Michael Jackson albums.
You good?
Go right ahead.
Were y'all starting from Off the Wall or Got to Be There?
Off the wall.
Off the wall, because I'm not familiar with that. You know what I mean?
Okay, no problem. Off the Wall, probably my favorite album. Classic late '70s R&B. Thriller, mega classic. Definitely set the game on fire. Bad, Growing on Me, dope album.
Right.
Dangerous, his most slept on, if you
Right.
ask me.
Definitely.
His story, his darkest album, I feel like it's not for the everyday Michael Jackson fan.
Right.
Blood on the Dance Floor, only like the new songs, the remixes sucked, in my opinion.
Right.
And Invincible, vocally his best album, but some stuff was kind of filler though, but
Yeah.
it is what it is.
I agree.
Yeah, I never heard. I'll be honest about Invincible. He does sound incredible on that shit.
You
Like
said,
butterflies and shit. I
Yeah.
fucking love that. Vocally, he sounds amazing. Yeah,
Uh huh.
yeah, Heaven Can Wait though. Oh my God.
gotta revisit that one. We did a good tribute for Mike though, man. Shout out to Trapper for the idea.
Definitely.
No,
Gotta honor
Yeah,
our legends.
yeah, man. I had to come to this one, bro. Even though it was like a little short, I had to put my 2 cents in it.
No doubt.
hell yeah, straight legend.
Yeah, man.
But y'all heard the news about Sony admitting or allegedly admitting that they use fake Michael Jackson vocals?
For what?
You didn't hear about that?
Nah, for what album?
No, for like the posthumous albums and shit.
Oh, that's what I was telling. I think it was Swizzle or Breakdigger that asked me. Like, that's why I don't listen to posthumous albums like that because they
Exactly.
they, they tinker with the artist's music, and it wasn't intended for it to sound like that.
Right.
You know, so I didn't even hear about that. But I have one of his. I have the is it the Michael album? I think it's called. I have
Yeah.
yeah, I have that album, but I don't play it. Like I got that as a Christmas gift.
Yeah. That one I didn't really care for
Right,
because that was the album with the song Behind the Mask, right?
right. I think that's the one. I don't even know. I haven't. I know 50 Cent is on there and Lenny Kravitz, but
What
I
the fuck
don't
is
listen.
50?
Yeah, 50 Cent is on a song and Lenny Kravitz is on the song, but I don't listen to that album. I
Yeah,
just
I
have it
feel
in my
you.
collection. You know.
I understand though. That's how I felt about the Pac's Life album. I just had it at one point and I just gave it away.
Right. You know.
By the way, if you guys hear noise in the background, I'm kind of washing some dishes and cleaning up a little bit, so just remind me.
Right.
But sure, I'm definitely gonna watch the tribute sometime tonight and tomorrow.
Yes. It had to be done. This is how we have to honor our legends, like in all genres, not just for rock, for R&B, for rap, for reggae, everything.
Got you. That's what the channel is all about, just
Exactly.
honoring our legends. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Definitely.
Oh yeah,
By the way, what's your favorite Michael Jackson album?
Thriller.
Okay,
Yeah.
Mike.
me. It's a toss up between Thriller and Bad. Gun to my head, I'm going Thriller. You know.
Okay, there ain't nothing wrong with that.
Right.
Yeah.
What about you, Reg?
It would probably be a toss up between Off the Wall and Thriller.
Yeah.
Because Loki, I always felt like Off the Wall, it does not get enough respect, but I would not call it underrated.
Hmm. I agree.
Yeah.
I've heard of like a lot of people in recent years like really say that's their favorite album.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, man. And it's just like the people who love that album,
Yeah.
it's like they love the early Michael Jackson. And the
Right.
people who don't like that album, they like the Thriller Michael Jackson.
Right. Yeah. I
Off
like
the
the
wall
early.
is tremendous.
Huh?
I said off the wall is tremendous, man. Jesus Christ.
Yes.
My bad. Try. Go ahead.
I like the early stuff like Ben and Got to Be There.
Yes.
People forget about those joints also.
Forever Michael's my favorite out of the Motown albums.
Right.
Music and Me was okay.
Uh,
I didn't really care for Music and Me like that.
right.
Now the Jackson's Destiny and Triumph, I fucking adore.
Uh,
You know,
You said what?
the Destiny and Triumph, I adore those albums.
yeah.
Ooh. And don't forget about the self-titled Jackson's album back in '76 too.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Especially Triumph though. That's not shit.
Love that. Jesus Christ, do I love that.
Yeah.
That was like the last great album because that fucking Victory album sucked.
We talked about that.
Yeah, I like some songs.
I love the artwork for it though. I thought the artwork was beautiful.
Oh yeah, it was beautiful, but you could tell they were just trying to cash in on Michael's success.
Exactly. That's why they're doing everything.
2300 Jackson Street. I never heard the entire album
Yeah.
like that,
Uh,
but I do love the title track. The title track is classic.
right.
What about y'all?
I remember that. My mom had that on cassette, but I don't remember the songs though.
Exactly. Everyone only remember the title track and shit. Like
Yeah.
What we talking about now? My bad. I got kind of sidetracked reading something.
the last Jackson's album, 2300 Jackson Street.
Yeah.
Oh, never heard it. I never heard it.
Yeah. It wasn't memorable. So.
It really wasn't. Like, if they just had maybe like Babyface on most of the production, then maybe it could have done something.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. I only heard the title track. I love the title track because all the Jacksons minus Toya was there and shit.
Right.
The video was beautiful.
I agree. You know. But
Yeah.
he was multi-talented. Like I remember my first time going to Disney World and going to Epcot Center, and that was back in the '80s. We had Captain and watching Captain for the first time, like two matches, like and it was everything he did. Like,
That's what's up.
you know,
I remember when I saw him moonwalk for the first time, man.
yeah,
I knew it was kind of like a cliche thought, but still.
This is iconic, man.
yeah,
And these kids, they don't know about, how Michael Jackson was like God at that time. They only know him after death.
yeah. See, that's what he was for me. He was like God to me. He was a godly figure. He was a godly figure in a sequin glove, and that socks, and yeah, that was God to me. You know,
That's so whack how you can't. You want to mute somebody, you can't unmute them. Like what the fuck? I was just trying to test out because when he does the dishes, I think you break up pretty bad. That's why.
oh,
I'm just testing something, just testing it. Nothing
Did
against,
you hear everything I said?
not really.
Oh, I was saying like Reg was what Reg said is right. Like that's how I looked at Michael when I was like 5, 6 years old. Like he was God to me. He was like God with a jerry curl. You know, he had a sequin glove on and matching the socks. That to me was God. You
Yeah, I
know,
love when you said that. I love when you said that. You said that before too.
yeah, yeah. That was my image. I mean, everybody's image of God is differently. That was my image of God. It was Michael.
Hell yeah.
You know,
I had to send Reg another invite because
yeah,
every time I can't get him back, I pressed it, it won't come back. So
right.
I'll just test. You
Hello.
Yeah,
Yo, yo, yo. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just test that out. I won't do that again because I can't get you back. But that's the main reason why I try to break up.
right.
But
Yeah, my fault if
oh
I'm
no no no,
causing.
oh no no, nothing against you, bro. Nothing against you at all. I was just testing it to make sure if that was the reason, like I did before, and it was. So I know now. That's
Okay.
all.
All right. But yeah. Also, when it came to his music videos though,
Right,
like he made that shit into fucking movies and shit
right.
like that, man.
Hell yeah, man. If the shit would debut on like Fox and shit, we spoke on that too, man. And she was iconic, man.
Definitely.
Very.
Every video was different from the last one. It was never no similarities. The stories everybody.
Yeah, stories are dope too.
Yeah,
For real. Do y'all think he could have had the potential to make like one great album before he died and stuff?
definitely. Definitely. I think Mike had many more classics left in him. Especially now with the like I said like music would have been played. Just like whatever Mike did followed, and I feel like whatever he had did in 2018 followed.
Can't hear you at all. Try.
Yeah.
You hear me?
Now I hear you.
I felt like Mike was a trendsetter. Like anything he did, people followed. And I felt like he definitely had the classic album music left in him. And in 2018, if he was here, people would have followed whatever he did.
If he did have another good album in him, I think so too,
Yeah.
Reg.
Yes,
Same.
definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
You
Like
know,
I hear that song "One More Chance," which was like his last official single.
right,
And if he would have made an album dedicated to his R&B fan base
right,
and shit,
uh,
that would have been huge. Cause
yeah,
that was my biggest problem with the whole Invincible because
right,
the album was still relatively successful, but he wanted to chase like big heights and stuff like that. But I'm just like, if he would have just focused on the R&B singles like Heaven Can Wait and Butterflies, then he could have still had a very good album commercial wise.
And his
right.
dancing as well. Jesus Christ. His
You said
dancing was
what?
his dancing too. His dancing like
Yes,
phenomenal.
crazy.
Very.
One of the
Like,
best dancers ever.
like in my opinion, better than James Brown, and I love James Brown.
Yeah. Like people say like Fred Astaire and James Brown were great dancers. Well, Michael, I feel like Michael was better than all of them.
He
I'm
is.
with I'm with you, yo.
Frank, yeah, Sammy Davis, great dancers, but Michael was better than all of
For real. Like the way the nigga just moves, even when he dances with no
them.
music and shit.
Exactly. You know,
Shit.
I think his Prince is gonna be phenomenal.
yeah.
Like, in my opinion, he's my favorite artist of all
That's
time
I,
too.
definitely
well, I'm with you. I'm with
that's
you.
my
He is my favorite.
definitely for sure. I've said that many times.
Like it's Michael, then Prince, than Stevie, in my opinion.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Prince and Mike for me, and then I. This is kind of odd, but D'Angelo,
Right.
he's my third,
Right.
and I love Stevie. All fucking songs in the key of life alone.
Yeah.
Inner Visions too, 76, 77.
Right.
Yes.
Too high, too high. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
It's too high, too
Yeah,
high. No, my shit was Visions.
that's just fire too.
I always felt like that song had like a way deeper meaning than people made it out to be. Like, it's just him saying he can see shit without seeing shit, if you know what I mean.
Right.
Well, that's Luga.
What about fulfilling this first finale?
What is it, Reg?
The one that was released after Innovations, fulfilling this first finale.
Never heard that, to be honest with you, brother. I gotta check that out.
Yeah, that's probably his most darkest album or introspective album.
Oh
Right.
shit.
Cause that was released after his car accident back in '73 and shit.
Right.
And just some of the songs, like it's kind of somber and shit like that. Like one song I want you to listen to, Mike. Heaven is a zillion years away.
All right,
Check that shit out after.
I'll check it out for sure. And I'll hit you on Facebook, brother.
All right. Ooh.
Uh,
Oh, by the way, you saw that Al Sharpton video, right?
yeah. Oh my, me and my uncle were dead. Jeez, nigga look like Humpty Dumpty and shit, son.
Wow.
Right.
Yo, what year was that, Reg? It's the 80s?
That was like 1991.
Oh, early 90s. Okay.
Right.
So right on his ass.
He's like, that's a little crap.
Hey.
That nigga felt like Humpty Dumpty and shit. I was like, I had to rewind that 8 times.
You ever see that, Trevor?
Nah. What is that?
Oh shit! I don't know this nigga name, but this nigga pushed out Stockton on like some show.
I think his name is like Roy something. I forgot his name too. But he
Niggas
was
off
like,
the
my
stage,
brother,
man.
my brother.
Hey, my brother. Let me finish.
Wow.
Pushed him and go right in his ass, yeah.
Oh,
Like,
yeah. That was from back in the 80s.
yeah, yeah,
I remember that was what was it the Morton Downey Jr. show?
yeah, yeah.
This is what I was.
Yeah,
That was like he was like Joe Smith of the 80s.
yeah. He was grimy too.
Yeah, yeah, I remember that shit. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Like on some real shit. Like Al Sharpton back in the '90s, he was a shit talker back in the '90s and shit.
Oh yeah.
Like not now he's all saved now and shit. If you want to say that at least. But what's the next review or breakdown y'all trying to do?
We got something. Hopefully something special tomorrow. But I don't want to say who's coming on, but we got something for tomorrow.
Okay, because I'm basically free the whole afternoon tomorrow, so just let me know what time y'all ready, and I'll be free.
12 o'clock.
12 o'clock?
Yeah.
Okay, bet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you something. Off air about that too. Sorry.
Okay.
I can't say it now. I would tell Reg too, but it's about that. I can't say it obviously.
Well, what is it about? Is it
It's
about
about
the guest?
yeah.
What about the guest?
I hit him up and I basically how to do it.
Uh,
I figured I'll just do that. That was yesterday. He read it and didn't hit me back.
What are y'all talking about? Oh, Chi Ali?
no, not Chiali. It's not. That's not the one we're doing yet.
Oh, okay.
That's still playing though. The one with Chiali is still playing.
Okay.
Okay, so he just read it and that was it.
That's it. So he did.
Well, hopefully he knows how to use it already. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, because we're still gonna do it with or without them. I'm just saying that it would be nice to have that person on when we do it.
I got an idea.
Uh huh.
Since we did Michael Jackson, and you
Yeah.
know Janet Jackson has a single in the charts, why don't we do like a Janet breakdown from
I
Control
definitely want to do
to
that. Yes, I
we can
love
do
Janet. Definitely want to do that. Uh, that's a great. I didn't have that on the list, but that's great because I feel like Janet was just as big as Mike, and I definitely love her music and her albums.
yeah.
I don't know how the other people feel about Janet. Mike, do you like Janet?
I love Janet, man. I brought her up a lot of times on the show, man. Yeah. Control is fucking amazing.
Like,
Velvet Rope might be my favorite. You know what I mean?
like
Love
I do have an issue with her latter albums though. Like after the All For You album, I didn't like the other albums, but I
You didn't
definitely
like
feel like
Demita. You didn't like Demita Joe. I started to cut you off.
Anita Joe and Discipline, all those other albums, I didn't care for.
I felt Demita Joe was highly slept on, if you ask me.
Like,
But I can understand Discipline though, because even Janet herself didn't really like that album from what I've
yeah,
heard.
it was like I don't know what she was trying to do.
'Cause wasn't Jermaine Dupri like the executive producer off that
Yeah,
shit?
and that's another thing. It's like that was her boyfriend at the time. You can't let your boyfriend do your music because bad things happen.
Right, like look at how much crap Nas put out when he was with Khalees and shit.
Exactly. You know,
Or
and
when Bobby and Whitney, when Whitney put out that Just Whitney album and shit.
like
Jesus Christ.
yeah,
Take
yeah,
off the shoes and vote.
Johnny had some classics up until All For You, and then it was like that was like the decline in her music.
I do feel like the recent album she came out with back in 2015, 2016, that was dope though.
You like it, Unbreakable?
Yeah,
I
I like
hated
that
it.
one.
I felt like that was he was like being that Janet was always she always had like EDM and club music in her music, and I felt like that was an album she could have put out like years ago. Like, why do it now? You know what I mean, she could have put that out like in 2009 or 2010 or something. Like, why did she do it now? You know what I'm
See,
saying?
I ask myself when Madonna puts out some new stuff, trying to follow these trends. So
Yeah, exactly. The same thing with Madonna. Like Madonna, she's starting to follow trends now.
right,
You know,
I'm just saying, cause like in my opinion, Madonna's last good album was Ray of Light. In my opinion,
uh, yeah, I didn't
What's a
after
good?
Ray of Light, like I haven't. The only album that I have and that I listened to in the 2000s was the Hard Candy album. You know, that was
that's
like the album she left Pharrell and Timbaland like produced all the stuff, and
Let
that had some joints, but it wasn't the great, wasn't the best.
me ask you, let me ask you a question, man.
Yeah.
I don't like the singles I hear from Madonna, so I can't really say nothing about those. But what is the what's a good Madonna album? Shout out, like, I want to listen to this shit. I want to see what's the big
On what?
legend.
you said what?
What's the best Madonna album to check out, man? Because I want to see the big hoopla around this.
Like a Virgin.
Like a Virgin.
Yeah, for me.
Yes.
True Blue was classic too.
I ain't down with that Vogue shit. That's that gay shit. Niggas
Now the Vogue shit, yo, what people forget Vogue was the only fast song that originally debuted on the Dick Tracy soundtrack. That came on her
Yeah.
album later. That's
Hey,
on the Dick Tracy soundtrack.
yeah,
Yeah,
because
Yeah,
wasn't that on the Immaculate Collection as well?
right. And I bought the Dick Tracy soundtrack on cassette back in the day. That was the last song on there. That was the only fast song on it because everything else was like 50s music.
I I like
You breaking up, Mike?
it. Hold on.
But I would start off with
Uh,
like a prayer if I were you, Mike,
that's another good one. Like a Prayer is another good album.
because Prince did some production on that one.
I was
Right.
gonna, hear me, man.
Yeah, I hear you.
All
Yeah,
right,
we hear you.
fucking. All right. I I was saying that's one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen.
Right.
You
Madonna.
know? Yeah. Like
I
that,
mean,
not now, but like the '80s. I'll bust on that broke.
Right.
I would say late '80s to late '90s. She was at her prime.
I agree. I agree.
The '80s, she appeared a bit more trampy, but it
Right.
was a cute trampy.
Well, there's ever such a thing.
Yeah, cause that Vogue shit. That's for straight package.
She has a gay following, Mike.
No, I
Yep.
mean the Vogue shit. I ain't rolling with that.
That was like one of her biggest hits, though. Vogue.
I don't like it. I gotta check out the this like a version album.
Right. Yeah, the Like a Virgin has a Material Girl and Like a Virgin and title track. You know, like True Blue is underrated too. That has Papa Don't Preach.
Right.
You know, that was a great album. Also, like I think it's like 9 songs too on that.
What do you think of the
Yeah.
family?
The Family.
I'm 85. Prince's protege.
I
Love
never
them.
heard them.
Oh God, check that out, man.
The Family.
The
Yeah,
family.
it has
What's
the
that?
original.
Huh?
It has the original "Nothing Compares to You" by
Okay.
that bald headed Irish woman. You
Yeah,
know, Sinead
Sinead.
O'Connor. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Oh,
but yeah, I'm down to do whatever tomorrow at 12 and shit like that because
okay.
like I finished all my work today, so I'm trying to chill out before my class tomorrow. So
Yeah.
whatever y'all
Well,
doing, I'm down.
Okay.
let's get off air and end this,
Right.
right?
Okay.
Because I'm
Yeah.
gonna say shit about this. Let Rick know about the show.
All right.
All right.
All right.
So when I leave, when I say goodbye to the chat, just don't hang up, fellas. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, y'all. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Representing Michael Jackson, a legend, an icon. Appreciate that. See y'all niggas tomorrow, man. Peace, chat.
Peace.